Oh, there's like a YouTube chat on the right. That's freaking awesome. What the hell? All right. Let's see. Oh, it just went live automatically. That's pretty interesting. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the King of Anime podcast. Now featuring Kobeni. Kobeni, what are your thoughts on Aoi Sakamoto taking your look? Yeah, it's way different. I don't like it, honestly. I don't like the new layout. And if anybody, well, I mean, I'll be sure to remind people when more people come in. Yeah, no. I'm thinking really hard now, so I'm thinking. I'm a big thinker. I'm big brain these days, you know. I mean, it don't seem that dark. I mean, kind of more or less the same. Yeah. Same. I'm down to 2. I need to get 2 more. But this is the King of Anime podcast for January 20th. Happy MLK Jr. Day, everyone. That's all. Nothing else happened today. Nope. So if you guys haven't already, make sure to leave a like, share this podcast out with your friends. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/King of Anime. It's We're muted? Oh, wait. Hold on. No, I don't. Okay, they should be able to hear you now.
Hello. Can you hear us?
Hello. Can you hear?
Now. I didn't have the right Windows 11 change the audio device again.
Okay.
Like it always does.
KOA.
KOA, everyone.
Oh, I
Good
could
thing we.
check
I
myself.
mean, yeah, good thing we didn't talk about anything bad other than, I mean, Sasi was kind of going on a tirade right there, and I had to like step back for a bit. But
That's our
Dude, it's crazy.
I think he said what he needed to say.
it's our daily racist tirades. We have it usually before the stream.
Decrepit Storm says KOA, where the audio is managed by Kobeni.
It's joke.
Yeah, what the fuck? We had John, but now we have Kobeni. Think about that. Think about how much of a downgrade that is.
That's a pretty big downgrade.
Yeah.
I mean, better security.
True. Nobody's gonna kill us.
Except for Kobeni.
Oh yeah, it comes with the territory.
She only knows who we are.
I think that's not good. I don't think that. I don't. Is that a positive? Or are you warning us? I can't tell.
I mean, just don't be a devil. That's it.
Yeah.
Pretty simple.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
You heard it here, folks. Z Tactics is the devil.
And I've went down to Georgia a couple times. Leave a like. Share this podcast out with your friends. Also, we have a sub gold now. Because I'm trying new things. So it says right there, 19 hours ago. But that's just because it made me do stuff. Today's sub goal is 4 subs. There you go. Satsuki,
And if we don't reach it, someone is going to lose a limb.
Yep.
Well, we'll start light. First, it'll just be like
a pinky toe.
Yeah.
I say we go even lighter. Fingernails.
Like all of them?
I don't know. I don't want that.
Or maybe we can like rip the fingernails off and then quickly right after that chop the finger off. So it's kind of like a 2-in-1.
This sounds like some Mortal Kombat move. Some fatality.
It also sounds really
fatality.
Cool. We're gonna have to get John to do that. He'll figure that out.
John, put that in our to-do list.
Satsuki, what should our like goal be for this stream?
Oh, I'm glad you asked me. I think I'm gonna start off light. I think a reasonable goal would be something like 2K.
All right,
Yeah.
2,000 likes is our like goal.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get to a fraction of that.
No, we have to get that.
Like 1,111,160th of that.
Okay, how about this? For every view we get, it should be a like there. Because if you are watching this and you aren't liking it, then you're a traitor.
I agree with that.
Even I didn't like it.
Well, I liked it, sir. If that makes you
Okay.
feel any better.
I like the video. Fine.
My stinky cat wanted out. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/King of Anime, where we only upload the... Yep, that's her. Where we only upload the greatest content to ever exist. We're talking about Madoka Magica. We're talking about drunk stories. We're talking about Pokemon, which is probably one of our better ones. Oh, who am I kidding? They're all great. We also have a Blue Sky, so come make some biscuits with us on Blue Sky or die, or be stuck on a platform run by a guy who does the Hitler salute, the Zig Heil. And subscribe to us, bitch.
No cap.
Yeah, I concur.
Yes, do all the things.
Yep. What should we do next?
Oh, I think we got something that'll never give anyone the blues. Now let's get ready for the KOA.
It's Miracle!
Yeah, except for the literal first pick of the news.
Yeah, okay. Well, maybe
you
there's some
liar.
blues that I'm a little bit of a liar, okay? I've been known to have a little little run-ins with lies, but anyway, it is a pretty big one. Freaking the legend himself, David Lynch, passes away at 78. And first of all, I didn't even know it was because of this. Due to complications from climate change and fires in LA, I didn't know that's why he died, to be honest. I thought it was just old age.
Yeah, basically, from what I heard, it was because of the LA fires, though I can do some research on that.
Yeah.
Because I didn't do that.
Yeah, for those that don't know, David Lynch was out there. Like 70s and 80s, like some crazy fucking movies. Like, if any of y'all ever seen Eraserhead, it's pretty fucked up. It's very, what the fuck. Twin Peaks is another one. The original Dune that was made in the 80s before they remade him and made him more like the book. That Dune was crazy. Just everything about his movies were very surreal and just like out there. So definitely a legend that was lost. It's a shame, but he will definitely be missed and remembered in the movie spectrum for sure.
He died of lung disease, emphysema.
Emphysema?
Emphysema. Yes, I guess.
He must have been a smoker.
He was. He was a heavy smoker, and he apparently needed an oxygen supply just to walk around.
Yeah, that catches up with you.
Yep. Get to smoking, everyone.
Please don't.
Shit is lit, as the kids say. Litty like a titty. But you know what? You want to know something interesting? Is I've technically never seen a David Lynch film.
I watched a bunch whenever I was like in college because it's one of those things where if you have like a film degree, which I do, you have to watch at least one David Lynch film because it's, you know,
Yeah.
it's just it's a prerequisite, I guess. You know, it's like you have to watch something from Steven Spielberg, you have to watch something from Alfred Hitchcock. You know, David Lynch is just another check mark on the list.
I saw the other day for the first time the Eraserhead baby killing scene.
It's so fucking weird.
is one of the weirdest things I've seen. Don't
That
even
was
know
made
how
in
to
the 70s too. That's what's crazy about it. It's like it was made almost 50 years ago, and it's still like disturbing.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it's a lot to do with the music. The music was just really good in that scene.
And it was like black and white. The whole movie's in black and white.
Yeah, really, really interesting. I really want to see the rest of it. I also want to see Blue Velvet. I still haven't seen Twin Peaks, which is like the quintessential. That and Dune are like the quintessential David Lynch films. Which is funny because Dune, I watched a video.
It's nothing like the book.
Yeah, it's apparently like the fact he was making a Hollywood film for Dune was seen as so weird by him. He was like, how did I even get here? Why am I doing this? And I think he hated the film because he was like, this is one of the worst decisions anyone has ever made. So it's pretty
He
interesting.
did it for the money.
Yeah, probably. Or for something. I can't remember the story of why he directed that film, but yeah, big mistake. Probably not a good idea to get him.
The ones we got recently are way better. Way better.
Yeah. Do you have any David Lynch stories, Satsuki?
I am absent of it. I am sorry. I failed.
Dang. Well, no, you've seen that Vince McMahon video. Vince McMahon is
I
directed
have?
by David Lynch.
I have?
Life
Oh my
sucks, and then you die.
That
think I
stupid
have.
video that
Do
Billy Burger posted.
yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, did he post it recently? Because I don't think I watched it.
I feel like a month ago or within this
po-
past month he posted it,
I
and then you
posted it
reposted it. Yeah.
yeah. Life sucks, and then you die.
It's basically supposed to mimic the style of David Lynch. It's kind of funny how we post. Well, you first Billy posted, then you posted it, and this was like within the past month, and then he dies not that long ago. Kind of weird when you really
that
think
is
about
weird.
it.
I actually didn't know David Lynch passed until like 4 days after it happened. It was crazy. I was shocked. I was in the VC when it happened in my Discord. Anyways, moving on. Rest in peace, David Lynch. One of
R.I.P.
the greats.
Mhm.
One of the true ones, one of the real ones. Next up, Comey Can't Communicate ends in 2 chapters. Satsuki, what are your general reactions? How emotional are you? How emotional are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
10. This needed to happen. The demon is dead. It's been a long time coming. I haven't read Comey-san in I don't know how long, like a year or so. Oda, trying to drop the pen, man. I'm putting my hand over your shoulder. It's time to let it go. It's time to let it go. That series just did not need to be as long as it was for the story it was telling.
Well,
It's so funny. There was a cover of a random Egyptian girl on there, and then somebody posted in my server, and they were just like, they looked at the cover and they went, "Wait, why is Cleopatra in the story?" And I went, literally, it could have happened at any point because they introduced so many characters that don't do anything and inconsequential to the actual story. Yeah, that's what it became. It just became like Royal Rumble. Just throw a whole bunch of characters in there, then we'll figure something out.
EA.
Best character,
Best character?
Najimi.
There is no best character.
Oh.
The best character is Comey's mom. I don't know.
Okay, what were you gonna say, C?
Well, I was gonna ask, what are your general reactions of Comey-san?
I like the anime. I don't know anything about the manga other than it has like 1,000 characters. And one of them is a blind girl that falls into a trash can all the time.
What? That's one of them?
Yeah, she was in the anime.
Oh, is she the sleepy one?
Yeah, the
Motherly
one that's very, the one that's very. I don't know if she's motherly, but she's
Otari.
very slow. Otari, thank you. She's very slow. She got like the. She was playing the game because she was like, what was it, King's Game or whatever, and she just took 10 minutes to decide on what to do, and she just like, what to do. And then they're like, okay, let's do this again. She's no
Yeah.
longer allowed to be the king.
Yeah, her whole gag was the minute you take your eyes off of her, she's in a completely random realm. You look away from her, and then she'll be all the way like at McDonald's or whatever, ordering something. You be like,
Yeah, in a trash can. Yeah.
Well,
But that's my thought on it.
Decrepit Storm's thoughts are this. Komi-san went downhill when John was introduced.
Everything comes back to John.
We're going to get John one day. I'm telling you. We're going to get him. Next up, Undead Unluck enters climax next chapter, which means it's coming to the end. Which is funny because I heard from Daniel Taz Media, Danny Phantom himself, the Danster. He said that basically the last couple of chapters have been the last chapter. So he doesn't even know if what because they literally say climax. So it's not the ending. They don't say ending. They say climax. So who knows if it'll end. Undead Unluck is one of those weird manga series where it just keeps on going. It just keeps on going. But I don't think either of you have seen Undead Unluck. I've seen the first season. I think it's pretty good, but
I saw episode 1.
what'd you think?
A lot of groping power.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's funny is that entire first episode is not at all relevant really to the rest of the series outside of just introducing their powers. That's about it.
Yeah. He was like groping her pretty good, and she's not really freaking out as much. She's just like, hey, stop that.
I think most of the cast members
Don't.
are VAs from Attack on Titan, which is funny because they have an arc where they go to Texas, and they go inside of a walled city in Texas.
Oh my.
That's themed after like the Old West, like Red Dead Redemption, and they fight
That's
a Titan.
amazing.
It's crazy.
Well, that already sounds great.
And in the arc, there's everyone like gets turned into zombies randomly. Like the whole townspeople. So there's also a zombie invasion in the middle of this. And one of the zombies is like a teacher that like tries to help everyone. But as a zombie, she still has some of her sentience, so she ends up marrying the main character
Huh.
as a zombie.
Well, I don't know what to say.
And then she sacrifices herself. I mean, you can't... In the middle, like, I think she runs into the Titan or something like that. I think she, like, rounds up all the other zombies and is like, let's go attack the Titan in the middle of the Old West Red Dead City in Texas. And you know what they do? You know how they get to Texas? An 18-wheeler.
Because of course they do.
Of course they do. Of course they do. But yeah, that's that. Also, someone greenlit Rent a Girlfriend Season 4. What the fuck?
Well, it's like I said in the chat earlier. It's time to get the band back together. You, me, and Rising. Maybe possibly talking about it. And maybe doing it the way that we did before, which was the 3-episode rule.
Happen.
Hey, come on, see, just one.
Enough.
Watch one.
Enough.
You just.
Enough.
I think you're on your own here, EA. Just got a sneaking feeling.
Maybe. Well, I know Rising will join me. He's a real one.
Does
See,
Ryzen
he's-
have enough in him to do another season of Rent a Girlfriend?
Oh, I think so.
EA, do you have enough in you? You got enough left in the tank?
Let me see. Do I have enough in the tank? No, I think it's gone now.
I have no idea what this upcoming season is going to be about, but if I were to hazard a guess, it's going to be about nothing.
It's gonna be. You know what it's gonna be about?
What?
I think she likes me, and maybe, just maybe, I can get her to like me.
I don't not like you.
But I maybe possibly don't not
Wait.
like you.
Was she on her period as one of the endings to one of the chapters? Did I fake remember that?
No, you
that
didn't.
was one of the double pan. That was one of the spreads.
One
It
of the
was-
spreads?
It was a double panel. It was 2 pages. It was in glorious detail where what's her face says, "I'm on my period."
Oh my god.
That routinely, well, not the period thing, but it's a routine for that series because I occasionally check in on Rent a Girlfriend just to see where exactly they are in a relationship since I don't have any,
Yep.
I don't have any connection to the series since I've never read it myself. But yeah, that's a routine thing of him having a spread of the most mundane shit. Like he'll have this very it's a spread, so it's supposed to be the art right here is supposed to look the best in the chapter, and then you'll have Chizuru or Kazuya say some shit like, "Damn, I'm hungry," and then I'll be it.
I'm on my period.
Like you would expect those spreads to be for "I love you" or "I like you" or something like that, something dramatic. But it's always something very mundane, and I think it's just a way for him to show off the art because the art is good, but also just to pad out stuff because nothing is happening. So he's just like, "Here, let me distract you with, hey, look, Chizuru looks good right here."
I forgot to wipe my ass.
All right. Decrepit Storm says the return of the Rent-A-Girlfriend Gauntlet. The Rent-A-Gauntlet?
Yep, it's coming. Episode 1, and then someone's gonna watch episode 2, and someone's gonna watch episode 3.
You know what we should do is we should modify it to where we save it for what we don't cover it weekly, but all of us are assigned an equal number of episodes in random order, and we have to figure out what the season is about just through those episodes we watched.
I think that's a great idea. Because it's going to be 12 fucking episodes. And if you split up between 3 people, that's 4 an episode. I could watch 1, 9, 7, and 12 or something.
Yeah.
And just go about it that way and go, all right, guys, let's piece them together. That's brilliant, actually.
I just thought of it off the top of my head.
Yes, there we go. It's the Rent-A-Girlfriend, not the Rent-A-Girlfriend Gauntlet like last season, but it's the Rent-A-Girlfriend.
David Lynch presents Rent-A-Girlfriend Gauntlet?
David Lynch presents Rent-A-Girlfriend Mystery Box.
Could be a boat. You never know.
I know. We always wanted something like that, right? So, Peter, just take the I'll take the box.
Next up, Gundam, Gundam Cucks, the Cuckening, the Beginning premieres February 28th in theaters. I just want to bring this up just because Gundam is getting pretty big now, and I am trying to test the waters to see if these two right here are interested in watching Gundam Witch of Mercury. Why? It's got Soletta in it. Minorine. One of the best romances ever.
That doesn't tell me anything. Who are these people?
Oh
Do they got big boobs? Are they hot? What are they?
I mean, they're all lesbians.
Satsuki, did you just hear that?
Eh.
Oh my god.
Even the lesbian thing doesn't draw him in.
I'm gonna.
You got to understand. I don't have it in me to watch a whole season of something.
Of just something.
I don't have it. I don't have it, man. I lost all my binge powers. I could do it for manga, but anime, oof.
What if it's a good anime?
It's still hard for me. It's still hard for me. You know how long I've been wanting to rewatch Kill La Kill, but I won't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
You just gotta get that. You gotta get some practice in. You gotta train that. You gotta train that attention span.
Nah, I got a TikTok brain. Microwave era.
Dang.
Well, good news. TikTok's back.
For all the wrong reasons.
That's not even news.
It wasn't
That was
even
just-
gone for 24 hours, and then it just came back like nothing.
Yep. Depression. Next piece of news is from someone who I don't know.
Well, that's me. I guess I'm someone you don't know.
Who?
EA. On this day, 17 years ago today, Breaking Bad premiered. 17 years. That is amazing to even think. One more year, it'll be old enough to vote. That's how old the series is. And Breaking Bad is definitely one of my favorite shows of all time. It spawned a spin-off series, Better Call Saul, also pretty damn good. And there was a movie. Yeah. How far are you now?
Season 3, episode 1, maybe 2. I
Oh,
don't remember.
okay. So you didn't get that far with season 3.
Yeah.
But and it also spawned the movie El Camino as well. Great great series. Really enjoy it, and I feel like it's one of the best as far as like great endings, great acting, great writing. Everything about it's superb. If you have not watched Breaking Bad at all, I highly recommend it.
Decrepit Storm in the chat says, so basically if Sonny Boy was Rent a Girlfriend, yo, that'd be kind of awesome.
What?
Because it would actually be good.
No. What the problem with the whole piecing together Rent a Girlfriend thing is it's going to be easy. It's just Rent a Girlfriend is just one long episode stretched out for eons.
You're not wrong.
Nothing happens, so it's not going to be hard to piece together. You're just going to be like, you're probably going to be surprised from episode 1 to episode 12. You're going to be like, okay, this happened in episode 1. And you're like, wait, really? Because this happened in episode 12.
Yeah.
It's
You're
like
probably
walking.
right.
It's like, look, this is episode 1. This is episode 1. This is episode 12. Nothing happened. Just took one step back.
This is copy and paste. Elizabeth in the chat. Hello, Elizabeth.
Hey, Elizabeth.
She says, damn, that's
Oh, no.
harsh. Also, hey, guys.
Hey.
I also wanted to add to that Breaking Bad thing. It's kind of crazy that HBO almost had 3 of the greatest TV shows, and like, I mean, no, people are going to debate, obviously, but there's, Breaking Bad is one of the ones that people can kind of universally agree on. The Wire is also one that people kind of universally agree on, and then you could have had Game of Thrones, but
Yeah.
something happened there.
Yeah, it was a fumbled ending, tripping at the finish line. Blah 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 blah.
And it's all just 2 men's fault. They had the budget, they had the means.
You had it in your hands, and then you fucking dropped this priceless artifact
For Star Wars, and then they didn't do Star
And
Wars.
they didn't even fucking do it. They canceled on that. So what was the point of doing what they did? Oh,
Money.
yeah, they didn't even get paid that money. They got 0 projects.
Taxi
I bet you they'll never work a they'll never work a day in their life ever again.
Decrepit Storm says just pause the anime every 3 seconds and read it like a manga.
Oh my god. That sounds like hell.
And you know what? That's probably more entertaining than the show.
Yeah. Watch it at like 3 times speed.
I remember the Higurashi Sotsu's days. I got so angry with that anime, but I wanted to finish it. I started watching it in 2x. I didn't know what was going on. That show was so trash.
Yeah, Higurashi. I want to not do my homework and be with my friends.
Hey, you want to do your homework or murder all your friends?
Fuck that. I want to, let's see, algebra, kill all my friends. Yep, you're fucking dead, Raina.
It's good
God,
shit.
that fucking series. Next in news, Sonic 3 releases on digital tomorrow, so like a little less than a month, maybe even a little over a month. Sonic 3 is on digital, so that just goes to show you that even movies that make money don't last long in the theaters anymore.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the Sonic movies. I think I may soon.
First 2 are fun, and the only reason they're great because Jim Carrey. If Jim Carrey wasn't in the movies, I guarantee you it wouldn't be nearly as good. I get it. You have the oh my God, the Sonic fan base no matter what. But there's just something about Jim Carrey. I love Jim Carrey. He's great.
The Phantom Tax song.
Yes. A couple more things. Dave Chappelle was on Saturday Night Live this past weekend. Just love Dave Chappelle. Didn't watch the show. I just watched the clips that were online, and Dave Chappelle is just a masterclass at just delivering his stand-up and doing what he does. Just so good. He even reprises the character from the Chappelle Show and did what he did for a little bit on there. And I thought that was pretty cool, just to see him with the player haters and whatnot. Yeah, that was. I don't know. Did you see any of the clips? Any of y'all?
I have not.
I have not. No.
Yeah.
I heard
'cause
about it, but I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, because I haven't, I don't watch Saturday Night Live. It's not funny. But whenever, somebody that I like's on it, I'll watch the clips just because,
Yeah,
Dave
just
Chappelle or it's
nostalgia.
Bill Burr. I'm just like, yeah, this is hilarious. And then final news, probably one of the biggest news of this past week, the Nintendo Switch 2 is revealed. Holy crap. All those rumors, all those everything just happening and whatnot. We finally got the reveal of the Switch 2, and it's going to be called the Switch 2. Cray.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I'm going to purchase it. I know that much. I haven't actually seen the trailer. But I've had my Switch for how long now? Probably like 2 years now. It's done me well. I usually like Nintendo. So I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, the Switch, my brother actually got it for me and my son as a Christmas present. And the funny thing was, it was brand spanking new at the time. And when my son opened it, I was like, a Nintendo fucking Switch? Are you kidding me? And he's like, I gotta spoil my favorite nephew. I'm like, he's your only nephew. But yes, okay. Okay, that's cool. And yeah, that Switch has lasted for just about a little over 7 to 8 years now. So the longevity of that was really good. And I really think Nintendo came back after the disaster that was the Wii U to make the Switch. And they obviously found something because they didn't change really the model all that much. And I agree, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because I feel like Nintendo's one of those weird systems where it changes drastically every system. You have the PlayStation that has the same controller every year. every system. Same with the Xbox and whatnot. Here's the Nintendo with the fucking, the nunchucks and the weird N64 controller and the Wii U pad. It's like, oh my god, this thing's on crack. But now it finally, I think this is gonna be Nintendo's bread and butter is the Switch, and it's gonna be like the PlayStation. It's gonna be after this in so many years. It's probably gonna be the Nintendo Switch 3.
Well, if you want to know some of the specs, the display size, the original Switch was 6.2 inches with an LCD screen at 720p, so that's 1280 by 720. The OLED sized it up to 7 inches, and the Switch Lite has 5.5 inches, whereas the Switch 2 will have an 8-inch LCD screen at launch. So there's going to be no OLED, no OLED. As for the CPU and GPU, the original Switch ran on a custom NVIDIA Tegra X1, split into 4 ARM Cortex A57 CPUs. And the Switch 2 will have 8 cores of ARM Cortex A78C. And the GPU will have an NVIDIA T239 Ampere.
Wow.
The RAM, the original Switch had 4 gigabytes of LPDDR4 RAM and 32 gigabytes of onboard storage. The Switch 2 will have 12 gigabytes of LPDDR5 RAM and 256 gigabytes of onboard storage. And not much to say about battery life, and of course, everything else we really don't know. So decently powerful.
I hear bigger numbers, I praise.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to be 3 times. It's almost sounds like it's probably going to be the equivalent of maybe even like a PlayStation 4, like when it was in its like absolute best.
It's going to be better than
But
the PlayStation 4.
okay. Honestly, you're the man that knows the specs and whatnot,
It's better
but
by
that's
PlayStation. It's more like a PS4 Pro.
okay. Fair enough.
It's not
All right.
still not as good as the Steam Deck. So the Steam Deck has an AMD APU. It's got 16 gigabytes of LPDDR5 RAM. It's got a 1280 by 800 display. You also get 2 to 8 hours of gameplay in it. I own the Steam Deck OLED, and one of the best purchases I have ever made. So definitely go out there and get one if you can.
And the cool thing about the Switch 2, backwards compatible.
Yep.
That I love anything that's backwards compatible. PlayStation 3 was supposed to be backwards compatible with the PS2 and 1, and that never happened.
It was.
Which one?
The PS3.
The original PS3s
See,
had a PlayStation 2 inside of it, like built into the PS3, along with the PS1.
But didn't they like immediately like shut those down like almost after launch or something?
Well, they stopped manufacturing them because they redesigned it for the Slim model. So when the Slim model came out, they removed the PS1 and the PS2 chips.
I swear the PS3 you couldn't play PS2. I had one that could play. It's weird. A PS3 games, and we could play also PS1 games, but not PS2. How does that work?
I know the PS4 doesn't. You may be thinking about the PS4, but yeah, anything with the PS3 Slim and past does not have full backwards compatibility. Like how the PS2 you just played nearly every single PS1 game.
Well, backwards compatibility needs to be relevant and please don't take that away. I know everything's going to digital and I understand everything's going to less physical copies and whatnot, but I don't know, I just love backwards compatibility. I understand why people don't keep it,
it's
but
a necessity. They won't take it away. They can't.
I hope not.
If they did, they would be killing their company. The only reason PS4 didn't do it is because they didn't have to.
I want to play Parappa the Rapper on the PS5.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yes, you gotta believe.
I stuck my penis in the car door. He
That's
stuck his
fucking
penis
dirty.
in the car door.
He slammed his penis, but it's the way he said slammed. He went, I slammed my penis in the car door. Oh, man. I love it.
All right, that's it for the news, unless anyone has something else they want to bring up.
No. Well, Johnski. And that was it for the KOA news.
All right, let's go ahead. I don't actually. This is a horrible layout. I don't know why I did it this way, but we did it this way. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get into some Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 37. We're about halfway through the series now. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we're a little over halfway.
Yeah, at halfway. Edward, in this episode, has his automail upgraded by Winry, the Lord of Wrenches, while Kimberly issues orders to keep Alphonse separated from Edward. Olivier sends a search party down into the tunnels to search for the missing troops. They find a couple of survivors who warn them not to turn any lights on or a monster will come. Comocracy. Hawkeye discovers that Salim is the first homunculus called Pride who attacks from the shadows. Kimberly orders Edward to search for Scar and Marco and to create a blood crest similar to Ishval in Briggs' fortress. He tempts Edward with a Philosopher's Stone if he accepts. After telling Alphonse and Winry about the situation, Edward accepts the job, although Alphonse suspects that Edward does not intend to use the stone. As the Elric brothers leave to search for Scar, Winry decides to accompany them, suspecting their intent is to find May and learn Jinsei alchemy. So, I guess just to start off, Satsuki, we'll start with you. Edward's automail upgrade by Winry is a recurring theme. Do you think this moment symbolizes more than just technical support? How does it reflect their growing trust and mutual reliance?
What?
I
didn't get that at all.
I asked ChatGPT to ask you guys questions.
I don't like that question.
All right, next one. Winry's role often balances between emotional support and technical genius. How does her decision to join Edward and Alphonse on their journey demonstrate her evolution as a character?
I think that is a better question, but so let me just talk about Winry this episode. So, this is something I mentioned with Fullmetal Alchemist and it just having a great cast. And I think especially with his female characters. And it was one of the points I was bringing when people were... when I was first getting into Jujutsu Kaisen and people claimed that Jujutsu Kaisen had a great female cast. And all they were really saying was they know how to fight. That was the code. They weren't like great characters. They just knew how to fight.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to...
I know. I know. Continue.
My point is, there's great ways to write characters, female or male characters, in which they don't need to be combatants, even if the series is focused on the fighting. Like, this is a battle shonen type of series, even if it's not a fight every single episode. Winry is one of those characters who are great for what they do in the story, their role in the story, because Winry is, and we're going to talk about it later, but just for this episode, Winry is kind of just the rock in this episode, where she's been told essentially that she's no, not that one, because she would
is cooking.
She would be a better actor in movies, or she'll have like better roles. I mean, she actually, actually, she would because of what we get in the future episodes. But yeah, neither here nor there. But yeah, she's the emotional rock in this episode because although she's straight up told that she's a hostage, and she feels, naive and inadequate because she, basically walked into a trap that shackled Ed and Al. She decides that she sticks to her conviction of what she made in the previous episode, where she said she wasn't going to cry anymore, and when or at least she said she was going to cry tears of joy and not just any tears of sadness, and she stays true to that in this episode. Because that's kind of a heavy thing to deal with, knowing that you're being used as a pawn to make Ed and Al, well, specifically Ed, commit massacres, and you're just supposed to sit there, and it's like you had to weigh your life against all these other people in the Briggs. But no, Winry stays strong and even decides to accompany them, and hopefully do something in the later episodes.
EA, I would like to ask you some questions.
Yeah.
In regards to Kimblee's manipulations within this episode, Kimblee's orders to separate the brothers and his offer of a Philosopher's Stone play on Edward's moral struggles. Do you think Kimblee underestimates Edward's resolve, or is he testing how far Edward is willing to bend his principles?
I don't think he cares one way or the other. He seems like he could either do with or without, to be quite honest. I mean, I will admit this. Kimblee is a very convincing, nice person. You know how there's some people that, you're just like, that motherfucker couldn't play nice and pretend to be nice and look nice if they tried. He did a good job. I was like, oh, wow. He actually looks the part, acts the part. He sounds very sympathetic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was shocked by that. But, I don't know. As far as, testing or whatever, I don't think Kimblee has a plan. This is a man who fought Scar and took a freaking pipe to the stomach. I mean, I don't think he's really all that involved. I mean, he does have kind of what's the word? Almost like a negotiating tactics where he's just like, if you do this for me, Ed, I get you a little treat, a little Philosopher's Stone. So maybe it's testing them just to see what they'll do. I'm not 100% sure. It's hard to read them sometimes.
Well,
yeah.
I think he's taken a position of being this evil neutral character because it's weird because it's not even some sadistic drive that's making him do what he wants to do. It's just that right now he's working for the homunculus because he says in this episode they give him free reign to use his powers, and obviously he's going to use his powers for evil. But when it comes to homunculus versus humans, he doesn't really have a stake in a race. He doesn't care either way because he is his own man, and he doesn't really even identify with a certain side. He just wants to. He's just an embodiment of war, and whatever side wins is the winner, so to speak, and the winners write history, and that's just his philosophy on it. So he doesn't really even care one way or the other. He's just right now he's with the homunculus because they just let him do what he does, just like how he was a part of the Amestrian military because they let him, do what he wanted to do.
When I saw this episode, he sort of reminded me of something you said a long time ago when we were covering, I think, final season part 1 of AOT. Where you mentioned something like Annie goes to the side that she thinks is the one that will win. And that's sort of what I got with Kimblee. I feel like he's sort of like an opportunist in a sense, or I feel like he would be an opportunist. Like whoever gives him what he wants, which seems to just be pure chaos, he will appeal to them.
Yeah. He'll fit in whatever mold they try to put him in, because when it was time to play nice guy, he was doing it with Winry. When it was time to be war maniac, he did that during the Ishvalan War.
Yeah.
And when it was time to just play tactician, we're seeing him do it now. I mean, he's very muted in how we're seeing him right now. He's not acting crazy. You probably wouldn't expect that from Kim Lee, given what we knew of him from the Ishvalan War. But again, he just does whatever is needed with the situation at hand.
I mean, he's a warhawk through and through.
Yeah,
for sure. You can almost say he's kind of like a chameleon in a way. He adapts to his surroundings.
Yeah.
Dan in the chat says, "Hello guys, sorry I'm late. I had things to do. Just wanted to stop by and show my support. I also recommend you guys."
No, I don't accept that you're late. Donate.
All right.
I'm kidding, of course. I'm kidding, of course.
I also recommend you guys cover My Happy Marriage for the next Nakaba Club after FMA.
Nope. Donate now because you got it wrong. The name is not Nakaba. It's Nakama. Time to pay the toll.
He also says, "I think you guys will be very pleasantly surprised by that series." Does that change your mind, EA?
I don't see any money.
I mean, there's a point there.
I'm sorry. I'm not really being mean at Dan. I'm sorry. Hi, welcome, Dan.
Decrepit Storm says, "Yeah, Winry was put in a very difficult situation, but she still wanted to show agency. Ed wanted to protect her, but she didn't want to just be a hostage."
Yeah.
Yeah. The show.
But I mean, just with Kimberly, I just think he's really interesting. He's just like,
Very much so.
he's like a weapon with a mind in a way. Like
I think we already had this conversation, but I think I said he's less of a person and more of just like this ideal of what war is, because war doesn't take a side of what's good and evil. You know what I mean? It's
also
just
never
it
changes.
is. Yeah. It is chaos. It is just destruction. And that's what Kimberly is. He can be as destructive on any side as long as it benefits him, or as long as it gives him freedom.
Also, the VA of Future Trunks. Can't go wrong with that.
Oh, that is true.
Yep. So we also saw in this episode Salim is Pride. Slim
Chicka.
Shady is
Slim
Pride. And which is obviously the son of Bradley. That's kind of a crazy twist, and honestly, I think they did pretty well in keeping it from being really obvious. Because you only really had the one tell, which was, "My daddy's the best ever." But you don't think, like, you just go, "Oh, that's just it's a stupid, dumb kid."
Yeah, it was so hard for me to, I won't say it was hard for me not to spoil it, but I was, when we were talking about it, I was trying to talk about him without talking about him, because I was like, the more I talk about it, the more it's going to just like seem like suspicious, because I didn't want EA to get an inkling of the malice that he has, or what we saw in this episode.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense now. He freaking loves his dad so much. It's like he freaking wubs his dad so much. He was just a dick writer. He wasn't even his son wasn't even loving his dad. He was just, I'm a homunculus. He's a homunculus. I'm full of shit. That's what it comes down to. Boy.
Yeah. And he's the very first homunculus.
Yeah, so how does that change anything? Do you think he has some sort of special powers because he's
he's apparently in the shadows.
He's the founding homunculus.
Right, he's the founding titan / homunculus. It's just he's
A chained up little baby.
no, he's not chained up. He's not chained up, nor is he a little baby. He's a punk though.
I mean, when it comes to just like strength or ability, he made it clear, and it could be due to his arrogance, given that he's pride. But when Riza compared him to gluttony, he took offense to that, kind of indicating that gluttony is nowhere near his level. Because it seems like with Full Metal Alchemist, with the homunculus, I don't know if anybody else is getting this feeling. With the dead homunculus that we have, they're probably among the weakest. Like I feel like we're starting to gear up towards the
But
stronger homunculus.
Lust had boobs though.
She did.
That's true, Satsuki.
And she could finger people as well. But I think she's a little weaker than Sloth and Wrath and Pride and just a guest. Just a guest.
Yeah, I think you're right though. Fucking is Gluttony like gone now?
Well, he was. Father plans to form him back, so he's gone but not gone.
Yeah, because he just kind of like was like, "Oh, I'm so tired, I'm gonna fall asleep," and then we just never saw him again after that. He took a nap, an eternal nap.
He had a diabetic nap.
He had a diabetic coma.
Decrepit Storm says, as his mother says, he's the pride of my life.
Oh yeah, they had to name drop that in there.
Midnight says,
he's the pride of my life.
I do wish the reveal was a little more subtle. It feels so weird that they hinted towards him being who he was, and then we got the reveal in the same episode, if that makes sense. Because the mom says the pride line, she reveals that Salim was related to Bradley, which tipped off Riza, because she went, wait, that doesn't make any sense. If he was a homunculus, how the hell did he have a kid after that? That doesn't make any sense. So you would think that there would be a little more build up to it, like we were, Riza would try to dig into it, but Pride just reveals and say, "Hey, bitch, I know you know that I know that you know who I am. So you know what I'm gonna do to you."
Hi, I'm Pride. Surprise.
Hey, how you doing?
That's all it is just, hi, I'm Pride. Yeah.
Shout out to Riza too, because another instance of a woman in distress, just nerves of steel. She tries to dig for more information while being in a very compromising spot, and she knows her value as a hostage. This good instance of this. She is the hostage in the situation, but understands if you're a hostage, you have some value on some level. So she was like, "You're not going to kill me," and he was like, "Yeah, you're right."
But just remember, I'm always watching you.
I could have killed you though.
I'm like Santa Claus.
Oh, can't you see?
You belong to me.
In the chat, well, first of all, we have Midnight. What's up, Midnight? Decrepit Storm says, I saw a comment that described this as when your mother is married to your younger brother who is also your father.
What?
What?
Sounds very anime of you. Midnight says, I would not hear words about my glorious king Greed being among the weakest.
He is. I don't really know I don't know how to tell you that. If Ed was able to beat him, now he didn't beat him in that fight, but he was gearing towards beating him. He was already like beat to hell until Ed figured it out. If Ed then could 1-on-1 Greed, I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell you. He's among one of the weakest.
So, what should we talk about? Well, okay, so with Pride, how do you guys think he is going to be featured throughout the rest of the series? Like, what's generally his role is going to... What will his role be? Do you think he's just going to be in the... Well,
I
in the
mean,
shadows? Or do you think
y-
he's...
he literally killed all those people in the tunnel. We now know what that freaking creature was. It was him.
And you got to think of how much that tunnel spans. Like that is literally from one end of the country to the other. So
Yeah.
he has a lot of reach. And given that he has these shadow powers, yeah, he's one of the most dangerous homunculus we've seen thus far.
I guess this also, like kind of harkens back to the original Fullmetal Alchemist. There was like a little boy character, but it wasn't Pride, it was Wrath. And I don't even think Wrath had shadow powers.
No.
Did he? Yeah.
No,
Like the
wasn't anything
character
like
was
that.
very different from this one. Like it was just some weird, it had mommy issues type homunculus or whatever.
Yeah.
But this particular one, definitely pretty crazy, powerful. Like wipes out people in the shadows. It was in this episode where I think it was this episode or the episode after, I can't remember. They went down into the tunnel, Buccaneer and all those men went and they found two survivors. And then, like, the shadow thing was there, saw them, and then went the other way. And I was just like, I wonder why it didn't kill them. So it just kind of like made me go, But then, like I said, we saw what Pride was with his powers and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, so that was Pride that did that, but then didn't kill those people. Why would that be? So yeah, just leaves more questions.
I think it was just him going back to Risa because that we saw kind of like the next scene where we see him. That's where mom basically snitches on Celine. So
He's my little Pride.
Yeah. Oh, fuck, God, I fucking hate her.
Why the fuck? This bitch says my fucking name, reveals my whole secret to the whole world. Oh,
I wonder how, given that he's Pride, I wonder how demeaning it is for him to play the child in this whole charade.
Guarantee you he hates it.
Well, he could take pride in it.
Yeah.
Given that it's a job given to him by father.
Possibly. But I was also thinking of Pride itself being as to why he would hate it for the reason only being that he's the first homunculus. He's probably hundreds of years old, so he's being treated like a child. So he probably has some pridefulness in that,
Bradley even gave him a head pat. And you got to think, he might take offense just because Bradley, like not only is he older than Bradley, but also Bradley is the only human homunculus, like human turned homunculus. So he's not even like a full bred homunculus like everybody else is. So he's probably like, dirty right off me.
Right, exactly. And because he is the first one, he's just like, you think you got power over me, motherfucker? Yeah, I'll dote and I'll pretend like you're the best daddy in the world, but beneath my grit teeth, I'm just like, I hope you fucking die, oh you piece of shit. It's just something like that.
Yeah, could be. It's interesting, but I think, his role in the story, I think he's just going to be a big obstacle to our goals because that is yet another pretty strong opponent that we have to deal with. And with him having shadow powers, he pretty much has he has so much cover of the land.
Yeah. Well, I guess the one place where we can't see him on would be the sun itself.
That's true.
So you're safe on the surface of the sun from Pride.
Some might say that the sun is the safest place to be. Because no one's going to come for you there.
Yeah, because you're going to be burnt to a crisp.
No, tomato, tomato. We also have the whole Kimberly thing where Kimberly is like, "Hey, I will give you a Philosopher's Stone if you create a blood
Commit
god."
mass,
Yeah,
commit mass genocide.
it's a pretty crazy ask for a person. Honestly, I think he probably should have offered him a sandwich or something along with that. Maybe a $20 Subway gift card.
I mean, it depends. I mean, what are we talking about? You gonna give me a gift card to Starbucks? I mean, Jersey Mike's is pretty good. You gonna offer me Jersey Mike's? Kimberly's just like,
Buy you
oh,
one Five Guys meal.
you gonna
You can add the fries.
really? You should point me to where that crest is. I'm gonna go ahead and mark this town up.
Yeah. Yeah. Kimberly doesn't really know Ed that well, so he's probably still suspicious of Ed taking the deal with him, but at the same time, I mean, we got to also remember this dude just got out of prison. He does not know Ed at all. So, like, Ed accepting it, Al, of course, knew bullshit. He's just going along with it so he can, because he kind of has to right now. He can't just outright refuse the military. He has a plan, but it makes sense why Kimberly wouldn't immediately see that as suspicious.
Yeah, I love how basically Ed towards the end was kind of like talking to both Al and Winry about what the deal was and what the circumstances and whatnot, and how Al was just like looking at his brother, just do what you want, as if he was legitimately pissed. And Winry's like, "What's happening?" And that's when Al was like, "Shh, shh, shh. No, just. I don't think my brother's gonna go through with this. Let's just let him do his thing. I think he's got a plan." That's trust between two brothers.
Midnight says, "Now I am picturing Pride and Wrath reacting the Little Man movie, both playing the Wayne brothers characters."
Oh yeah,
I've seen that movie.
That movie is, oh my god,
It's so bad, so bad. Like even back then, it was bad.
yeah.
Oh, that is one of those movies. You could tell, like making it, they probably had a lot of fun, but like as a whole, as far as enjoying it, it is so cringe. Just watching it now, you're just like, oh.
You could just hear the synopsis and already know what kind of jokes are going to be in it. It's one of those movies, like very lowbrow comedy,
for sure.
And nothing wrong with that. Sometimes, I like a good fart joke.
Yeah. Sometimes you just it's okay to just have fun and just not take it seriously. But I agree, that's just one of those. Maybe you watch it one time, which is what I did, and you never watch it again. You're just like, oh. But man, the CG looks so bad because like his face was on the little man's body. You're just like, God, that did not age well at all.
This is not important at all, but I just like Buccaneer slapping the shit out of Ed because he has a girlfriend.
He's jealous.
Yeah.
Because nobody likes his giant brooding ass.
Maybe he thought Winter was going to be his girlfriend because of how she was looking at his auto mail. He was probably like,
dude, I got that exact same vibe. I was like, dude, you're like 30 and she's like 14. Calm down.
Well, I think he was just. There's no auto mail fanatic here. At least somebody who's going to gush over his arm. He probably takes a lot of pride in it. I mean, he has to.
A lot of
right
pride.
We're not going to say every time we say the word fucking pride. Okay.
Wait. Pride.
I don't want to do the podcast anymore.
The Decrepit Storm says, "See, what if Kimberly offered you Crave?"
Oh, double chocolate? I'll do it.
Oh, that's all it would take.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty rare. That's rare.
It's like under one condition, Kimberly. The Crave Slave has to serve it.
Crave Slave is, as the kids say, peak.
Yeah. But other than that, it was the whole Olivier thing and her telling her men to blame her should anybody ask about Raven, showing her taking accountability for her actions and not trying to pass the buck on some
Yes, ma'am.
random soldier. No, yes, sir.
I mean, yes, sir, ma'am, sir. I mean, Poobah.
I mean, bear.
I mean, bear. I mean, very attractive woman that could kick my ass.
I mean, big
I-
lips.
I
I
mean-
mean, small.
I
I
mean-
mean, normal lips.
Full juicy, full kissable, tantalizing. Just get the
Then she
fuck
would've-
out of here.
I think she would have executed you by now.
right. Yeah, I would be so dead after. Juicy, lovely, full.
Men, execute this sip now. There is no sippage in
You
my
kidding me? She'd do it
butter.
herself. She
There's
would
no
take
place
her
for simps and bricks.
Oh shit.
Simping simping for her is worse than what happened to Ishval.
I
It's a
mean,
worse
I
crime.
mean that you're not getting anywhere. I know that.
Genocide. Simping for Olivier.
I mean, at least the
Hmm.
Ishvalan War ended. If you sit for Olivier, you're just stuck in a trap forever because you're not getting anywhere.
I mean, I think you'll get something in the end. Possibly a
Oh,
poke.
death. You know, maybe
Yeah,
if you're
you'll
lucky.
take a cement bath.
Oh yeah.
And I was
That one
2
guy.
days from retirement.
We were so close to the pinnacle.
Um. What else we got in this episode?
I think that was about it. We
Yeah, I don't think
Covered
there
a
was
lot.
much of.
Well, what
Yeah.
about
oh, well,
May.
one more big thing.
What about May?
They kind of talked in this up. It was kind of just like retreading what we already know with May and Marco. I think they talked more in the next episode.
They do. Marco was just like, "Do you see what happened to my face? God help me. Just fucking kill me."
Decrepit Storm says, "EA, you're going to be the foundation of the country."
Oh, literally.
Oh, the foundation. As I'm just like, ma'am. What?
you just like you're trying to talk, but you just keep going. You just
Yeah, I
keep
know.
licking your lips.
I'm like, ma'am. I just stuck admiring him. God, just kill me.
Well, speaking of admiration, this episode we got the confirmation of Winry like just outright saying that
Oh,
she
yeah.
loves Ed.
right in front of Ed, by the way, and Ed's like, "What'd you say?"
Yeah. All the main characters have bad fucking hearing when it comes to certain things. You know, it's like, God, why did I fall in love with this simp? What did you say, Ridley?
I feel like even I would have said that in that situation too, just because of how casual. I don't think it was less of like how low she said. She did say a little low. It's less of that and more so like, wait, huh? What did you just say? Because she just said it. Because even the way that we brought it up, we didn't talk. You would think that would be a monumental moment, especially for a battle shonen type series. If this happened in, I don't know, Jujutsu Kaisen, I mean, something like that did happen. What was the joke with Jujutsu Kaisen? What did they kept saying? It's like that. I think that's what they kept saying. It's like that. It's like that. I think that's what they kept saying with the girl that liked Yuji.
We have Ethan Ortega in the chat. He says Solo Leveling is a good show and it's this season. Get it right. Sorry. Ethan also says FMA got the hottest girl, so we need to talk about that.
Well, you missed my whole simping, so
Yeah, we kinda
there
already
was
did.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, they both kind of just admit that to themselves because Ed goes completely berserk when he thinks about what Hawkeye said. Which that's not what Hawkeye said, by the way. She didn't say that.
He's misremembering.
Yeah, she said something like she called Winry his girlfriend. I think. I don't think she said she loves you or whatever the hell Ed was thinking in his head.
She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, any other thoughts on episode 37 of FMA Brotherhood?
Nope.
Alrighty. To change the current topic. Why did I do it this way? I don't. Why? Alrighty, let's get into Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood episode 38. In this episode, Hawkeye receives a call from Mustang, but feels unable to say anything for fear of being overshadowed by pride. In the town of Baskul, the Elric brothers and Winry lose the guards who were assigned to them. They run into May, Marco, and Yoki, who explain in detail how he was banished from the state military because of the Elric brothers. Elsewhere in Baskul, Scar encounters a pair of Kimberly's chimera named Jerso and Zumpano and is pinned down by them. However, Edward and Alphonse arrive and beat the chimeras, then restrain Scar themselves. Winry and Miles arrive, and Winry confronts Scar face-to-face about the deaths of her parents. Scar creates an explosion in which Edward escapes, but it appears that Scar has taken Winry hostage. Meanwhile, as Olive's squad retrieve the survivors from the tunnels, Briggs Fortress is approached by more forces from Central Command headquarters. All right. Initial thoughts on the episode.
Very interesting. Was it? I'm trying to remember if it was this episode or was it the one after it. Hold on, I'm looking through the notes. Oh wait, no, is this? Oh no. Yeah. That is the other episode, so never mind. Cool action. Fun little beasts that turn into Chimera looking things. They remind me automatically of Rocksteady and Bebop from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was just like, they're just kind of there, and Scar was just straight up fighting them and whatnot. And then Fullmetal came in and showed them what's what. They saved Scar's ass.
That was a hilarious scene, by the way. Where they just acted like they didn't know who they were.
Yeah, that was funny.
Wait,
Help, monsters!
I've never seen you in my life before.
What are these monsters? Help! I mean, to be honest, that's... Would you not react like that if you didn't know who they were? No, we're on your side, guys.
Well,
Come on.
Yeah, it was a smart play on them, but it just made it so much funnier when the guy tried to transform. He was like, okay. All right, let me show you.
Boom.
You let your guard down.
And then they all just were like, oh God. Yeah, that was fun.
What do you guys think about the call from Mustang that Hawkeye gets?
She disrespected him again, and it's hilarious how much she doesn't like him. She's like, yeah, I kind of need your help, but just the help of your army. I don't care about you.
So rude.
Roy's like, well, it's not my time to shine. And then I like how the lady had to specify. She was like, well, no, she said she just wants your armory. You could just stay home and, I don't know, go light up a fireplace or something.
Yeah. Was there like a lot of roses that were bought this episode too?
Yeah, because that's how they were in communication since she was the flower lady.
That'll be $1,001 million.
That's it?
$1,001 million? That sounds like a
Yes.
bargain.
I mean, did you see all those roses he bought?
Yeah, and then the people were gossiping, like calling him a whore or something.
They called him a freak.
Yeah, they were like,
Oh
my
you see that guy over
God.
there? What a freak. It's like, why is he a freak? Because he bought a bunch of roses.
What do they think he's doing with the roses?
He's going to have sex with the roses. What a freak.
I guess they
Hope he
thought
got
that
rid of
he
all the
was just-
thorns.
I guess they thought he was just giving a whole bunch of a bouquet of flowers to either they thought that he was getting those flowers from women or he was going to give it to a whole bunch of women. I guess that's where they were getting at.
Here, lady, you're so pretty. Here's a flower for you.
You are pretty.
You are so pretty. I like your mouth.
As good as this flower.
You're like an
Help!
angel come to life.
I enjoy your scents.
Oh, I do declare.
Oh, you got them declares now.
I got them declares.
Oh, baby. Oh, yeah.
Ethan says, did you guys talk about the Goat Roy Mustang Pure Aura?
I don't know if Ethan is aware of like that we're talking about it episode by episode because Roy was not really prevalent in these episodes.
He had zero aura.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah. We're in if you're not aware, I don't. We have it on screen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Okay.
anybody had 38.
I just wanted to make sure.
We're
Okay.
just talking about episode 38. We do it by episode.
Yeah.
If you're unaware.
Also, if you're new, subscribe.
That didn't sound desperate at all, EA.
What? I was just saying if you do.
He has his toes on the line. I would be,
That's true, yeah. Midnight says it happened in
Oh,
Naruto.
my toes.
It happened in Naruto twice, but both Sakura and Hinata confessions were mid.
Nah, this is just Midnight being a contrarian. The whole Sakura confession is one of the most inflammatory moments in Naruto.
What did she do? Because I don't know, honestly.
If you want to know, it's,
I do.
Sakura did this fake confession towards Naruto.
Naruto, I love you.
It's complicated, but the reason why she did it was to make Naruto try to forget about chasing after Sasuke because they saw it as destructive.
Really?
Yeah, because he was pretty much obsessed with Sasuke. I mean, literally almost right after that scene, Naruto has
Dude,
heart issues.
I love Naruto.
Really?
Yes, I'll show you a gif of it.
I love
He has
Naruto's
heart
response to
issues?
Sakura. Like he just immediately goes, "No, no, no, Sakura, you love Sasuke." That's basically his response. Is no,
That
you
sounds
don't.
like something he would say.
Oh man,
Oh,
that
look
was
at
that
him,
was a that was
grabbing his heart.
that was a crazy way to end that season. Because that was like right after the pain fight. Ethan says, "Okay, can we just talk about how Scar? Okay, Ethan's fuck. All right, moving on." Yeah. Oof. Where were we? We were talking about Hawkeye, right?
Well, no,
Or Mustang?
no, we were talking about Mustang.
Yeah, Mustang.
But that was
And all his flowers.
the only other thing to talk about with that scene is the lady who was selling them flowers being in servitude to the Armstrongs for generations. That's pretty funny that even if you aren't like directly related to the Armstrongs, you have some trait of them. Like she has the cowlick, and then she has the generations line and the kind of shine gleam thing that they all have.
I've been extorting the Armstrongs for generations.
It's like Olivier's the more we learn about the Armstrongs, the less Olivier looks like an Armstrong.
Mhm.
Like obviously she has the blonde hair like the Armstrongs, and everything. But she doesn't have the cowlick. She
Nope.
doesn't have the shining aura, and she doesn't say the generations line.
No. I can only imagine during Thanksgiving how insufferable she is around her whole family, because her whole family's just like generations, and they gleam and they all that, and she's just over there in the corner going, "Is the food ready yet?"
EA. This is a spoiler, but it's not like super bad. So I'm going to tell you, you get to see Olivier with the rest of the family.
Yay!
So
I
look
can't
forward to that.
wait. Oh, I'm
Look
looking
forward
forward to it. Oh, Satsuki, come here.
Whoa, what are we doing? I didn't hear
I
anything.
I was looking for a sound. Okay. There, just
Oh,
clap,
okay.
I guess. I was trying to find a certain one.
You could go.
Fuck yeah!
I don't have that one.
Well,
Fuck yeah!
so the fuck
Fuck
was
was
that?
that?
Was it a transformer?
What the fuck?
That was a
Soundwave?
katana. That was a katana,
It
apparently.
sounded like fucking
Oh my
Soundwave.
God.
That's what it sounded like.
And then this is Dragon Ball.
It just
And then
sounds
this
like
is-
an
Didn't go
old guy
through.
coughing.
This just sounded like a gong.
That is a gong. You got it right.
Oh,
Like a very muted one.
I don't know what that
Like
was.
someone fell onto the gong. That's what it sounded like.
Well,
Okay, I'm
Stream.
sorry.
so Riza in this episode, like Riza's the first person we see in this episode, and she is like very panicked because of pride. Because now she has to look out for the shadows, and I mean, it's hard to live your everyday life being afraid of every shadow that you see. So she's, in a state of panic, and she kind of gets calmed down when Roy calls her and then asks about her. But being a soldier that she is, she doesn't want to worry Roy, so she doesn't let him in on what's happening. And also, they're probably tapping her phones as well, so she can't divulge that information even if she wanted to. So
It's kind of crazy how quickly Mustang knew something was wrong. He was just like, "Are you okay? Something happened to you?" And she just was like, I farted earlier."
Oh, it's an epidemic. It's going around. My cat's got it. Now Riza? Who's next?
me, there we go.
Oh, God damn it.
Wow.
I'm a child.
And the other major thing that happened was May and Marco
Yes.
unite with Ed and Al, and some
She's
hilarity.
in love.
Yeah. She caught her man with another woman inside him.
That's such a cursed thing to say, Satsuki.
It's what happened, though. Literally. Like, she's like, "Al, what's that woman doing inside of you?" She didn't say that, but it was pretty much like that.
Wait, no, I
She
can
was like,
explain. This isn't the first woman that's been inside of me.
yeah, he did say that. He said that. And I fucking laughed so hard. This is the
poor.
first woman inside of me. Al
There's actually a
has
long
gotten
list.
more Tang than Ed.
Decrepit Storm says, imagine if you forget the last part of the message and you have to pay for another 10 bouquet of flowers. Do the Armstrongs only
God.
allow blonde people to work for them?
I don't think they only allow blonde people to work for them, but
Very Aryan of her.
they might just be all of the same family. Now that I think about it, though. And those genes are probably strong.
Yeah, Armstrong.
Yeah.
And the genes have to be strong.
Yeah, they got to hold up and not rip.
Yeah. I think the Armstrong family have like massive butts.
I imagine massive like abs and pecs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really think they have much ass. I mean, I say maybe Louis Armstrong has, because he's got humongous legs, I would assume he's got a matching ass.
Yeah,
But
that's why I asked that.
Olivia, I don't know if she's got an ass. Haven't really seen her ass.
Go ask her.
Oh yeah, sure. Hello, ma'am, sir,
Sir!
ma'am, sir. Could I have you turn around and so I can see what you got working with from behind?
No sips allowed! You are executed!
You think I would show my back to the enemy?
Well, I mean, I just want to see. Well, can I actually just look and
Take
see?
that back into my blade.
Bonk, 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 burp.
I'm sorry.
Decrepit Storm says the Astrong family.
For generations, we've had the glutes of gods.
We've done many squats. We came out the womb. We were doing squats.
Well, we also learned in this scene with the reunion and stuff is that they were banished from the state military. Like, they were kicked out because of the Elric brothers.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yoki.
They played an old timey 1920s video or movie.
Yeah. So the Yoki thing was a very fleshed out. Wait. Yeah. Were you talking?
Just now.
That
Oh.
was a ghost.
You. Okay. Okay. Why are we treating that like that's normal?
I didn't say anything.
That he's a ghost?
Yeah. Why are we treating the ghost thing like that's normal?
No, I didn't say anything. I swear, I just adjusted my seat.
Oh yeah, it showed up weird on Discord. It was like you were talking and then it went like and then it went like normal. But yeah, the whole Yoki thing, this is one of the differences because this was an entire the Gold Rush, I think it was Gold Valley Gold Rush. That was an arc in the original Fullmetal Alchemist, so you get the Yoki thing very early in that series. Whereas right here, they give you the whole backstory of why he hates Ed and Al, which he gave that reason before, but again, you're seeing it like more fleshed out now. And you know, like the 2 or 3 minutes, however long he was talking, and it's funny because nobody cared.
I'm the ghost.
Oh, I used that sound effect. I forgot what it was called though.
Yeah, nobody gave an absolute shit about his whole story. I agree. It was like 2 to 3 minutes of him talking about his despair and how he was going to get revenge and nothing was going to stop. He would go to the ends of the earth to defeat the Elwick brothers, and they were just like, "Are you still talking?" Just not giving a shit. Hey, don't ignore me.
Yeah, because he doesn't take any accountability for everything that happened afterwards, like, or for why they did what they, or why Ed did what he did to him in the first place. I mean, just he was just taxing people at the wazoo while also just cutting people's wages and still expecting them to turn up the money. So he was just running this criminal ring, and he finally got exposed and uh, rightfully put out of his place. And but of course, him being him, doesn't take accountability, doesn't try to figure out where he went wrong. He just went, those damn Elwick brothers.
Yep. It's always someone else's fault. It's never, maybe I should have treated my people better. Maybe I shouldn't have shortchanged them or anything like that. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten greedy, and maybe I should have just kept things going at a normal pace. Oh no, it's the damn Elric brothers because of what they stopped everything. Boy.
Maybe he should have thought about why an alchemist would give him solid gold bars for a deed.
Right. Just like, You know, I'm not going to question it. You seem legit. Give me those solid gold bars.
Yeah. But yeah. So he told that story, and again, nobody really gave a fuck.
Well, what did you guys think about probably the best moment of the episode, the Winry moment?
Where she confronted Scar after the whole fight and said, "Why? Why did you kill my parents?
And Scar was like,
Why?"
because, Walter, we had a good thing going.
God
Winry,
damn it.
we had a good thing going.
You and your stupid pride, or you and your ego.
Wait,
Go in your pride.
wait. Pride?
Do that. Fuck. That's the second time.
Where did Satsuki go?
You know where he went, sir.
I'm done.
You see what you did?
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm a little brain damaged.
I'm done.
See what you did? You hurt the man's feelings by saying pride for the 500th time.
Wait. What did you just say? Oh my god.
That's what I said.
Well, I think we get it next episode where you get a more fleshed out conversation between Winry and Scar. I may be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I think it started it, and then like they were in the middle of a conversation, and then we see explosion. Scar kidnap Winry with Ed going, "You son of a bitch, Kimball or Kenny. I don't remember your name. I'm so pissed." Just coming after him and putting on a very convincing act.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what happened. But what happened in the other episode was, I guess, what led up to that. But yeah, it was like they were in the middle of a conversation. Why did you kill my parents? It won't make a goddamn difference if I'm sorry or not. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then I'm stealing Winry, bitches. It's just I'm taking her with me. She's my most precious possession.
Turned it to fucking Bowser.
Yeah, he really did. He turned into Bowser and fucking Ed was Mario. Hey, he's getting away. Go get to this man. Wahoo!
Decrepit Storm says, and the fact that he was so incompetent at everything he tried to do after that, and be careful with a Dark Satsuki, pride could be there.
Oh shit! Thank you. Good catch. He was lying while he was giving us backstory, like while we were clearly seeing what was going on in that backstory. He said he made some investments that didn't pan out, and his investments was him gambling everything away. And then he said somebody made a donation to him, and it was him trying to rob the Armstrongs and him getting his ass beat.
Yeah, he got blown the fuck away.
Which I think we've seen the Armstrongs before. I may be mistaken, but yeah, you get to see some of the Armstrongs in that sequence. You saw the girl on the piano. She's, because they're the Armstrong.
My god! Yeah. She was so adorable and cute looking, and then just threw a fucking piano at him
Effortlessly.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta throw pianos at bitches.
I concur. It's a time and a place. And a key.
Yep.
All that.
Yeah. What else is there? Did we miss anything?
The scene one of my favorite Olivier scenes.
That's right. She didn't cover up the hole.
Yeah. So Buccaneer, when Buccaneer went on the rescue mission, he made a plea to Olivier that if they don't return in 24 hours, that she's supposed to seal the hole. And this leads to something bigger, like this character moment. But yeah, she was supposed to seal the hole after 24 hours. they spent their time dragging the people that were attacked by Pride, back to the surface of Briggs, and it was over 24 hours, and they in their minds thought like, okay, if Olivier said she's going to cover the whole of 24 hours, she's going to do it. She does not care. But come to find out, the guy opens the door, or he opens the hatch, and he's like, "Yeah, come on." He's like, "What the? I thought you said." Blah, 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 blah." He was like, "Well, Olivier gave me this. I got a pocket watch. Hold on. Wait. Don't lose steam, joke. It's not even a joke. I got a pocket watch. I promise. No! My pocket watch is on. Damn it. Damn it. I don't know what happened to my pocket watch.
This is tragic.
Shit! But, yeah, she gives him a broken watch, basically symbolizing that they had all the time in the world to come back, and she was going to, even though she gave her word, she gave a loophole in it so that her men could come back, which, gives a new side to her character, because I think Olivier has been, for most of these episodes, have been portrayed as very cold, uncaring, and unwavering. And I think that leads into the next scene you see of Buccaneer, where he thanks her for, giving mercy to her men, because she looks at the mountains and says she likes how everything is black and white, how everything is like very clear. And Buccaneer says, no, if you look at the sky, it's blue. So everything isn't as black and white as it may seem. Like there's gray. And I think when he talks about that, he's talking about Olivier herself. Because as hard as she is, as cold as she can be, there is warmth in there. She cares about her men. And yeah, that showed with that scene.
Oh, it was so sweet.
Yeah, it was a really good scene.
Anything else with this episode?
I think that's it.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else.
Okey-dokey. Right, gotta change the topic again. Stop doing that in the first place.
Damn it, it was right here.
Oh my god, it was in the
I
other
thought
drawer.
so.
Alright, rewind time.
No, it's over. I
Neon
don't
says,
want to do it anymore.
Neon's in the chat. He says, "Hello, King of Anime Podcast." Hello, Neon. Give me your arms. Remember.
Oh man, it's over now.
I love you.
You love me. I'm gonna murder the Teletubbies
No.
with a great big hug and a stab.
Pocket watch is
in
broken
the throat.
too.
It's also tragic.
Oh, damn. So that means you would have given them enough time.
Yep.
Decrepitosaurus says, "Fun fact: this is the same watch that the Rent a Girlfriend author uses."
Now that is true comedy. That's great.
Yoke. Let's go ahead and drop on into Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 39. In this episode, when faced with the option of judging the man who killed her parents, Winry decides to bandage Scar's wounds, knowing it would be something her parents would do. Miles then explains to Scars that he joined the military to gradually change the way people think of Ishvalans, and agrees to help Edward. Since May and Marco need Scar to decipher his brother's research, Miles offers to hide everyone at the fort, with Alphonse insisting on sparring with two chimeras. Winry comes up with a rouge to make it look like Scar has kidnapped her to elude Kimberly. Scar and company head for the fort via tunnels in the mine, just before a blizzard sets in. Miles then receives word that Olivier, aka Olive, is no longer commander of Briggs, as it is now being controlled by state alchemists. Alphonse willingly goes into the bazaar to find and warn the group, and briefly sees his body and wonders if it is trying to retrieve its soul. Meanwhile, Father makes alchemic plans involving Alphonse Edward, Hohenheim, Izumi, and seeks one more candidate.
I wonder who it could be.
I'm going to go ahead.
Pride.
What?
Wait, what did you just say?
I said it was the first homunculus.
I don't know how much I can take, EA.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was in poor taste.
Neon says you have to go through Little Mac with boxing gloves.
Yeah, cool.
I guess so. I guess that's true. Yeah, I'm not. No way. Just give me the arms.
I want
Just hand
Little Mac and cheese.
I want a Little Mac and cheese arms.
This show has a new opening.
Right, yeah. And
Oh,
a new
yeah.
ending, too. I actually kind of
Yeah.
like the last ending song. Because, like, the lead vocalist had that weird vibe of, like, booba dooba 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 dooba. And I was like, that's a pretty cool way
Yeah,
of
I
singing.
especially love the part where she goes ooba dubba dubba.
booba dooba 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 woo.
Dooba deeba dubba dooba.
She had a little bit of a rhythm to it that was a little odd, which I really liked. But yeah, this one's pretty good too. I like this one as well.
Yeah, I like the visuals for the opening, especially because it doesn't really spoil that much, if anything.
Except for me. I even if I see spoilers, I don't even notice shit.
Yeah.
I'm just like, ReZero opening. EA, don't watch it. I'm gonna fucking watch it.
Well, what do you guys think about Winry's decision to technically save Scar and actually help him, just because of that's what their parents would have done in that situation, which is true.
It shows-
Isn't it ironic we're talking about this on MLK Day? I think a lot of the themes like reflect some of the values of Martin Luther King, especially with some of the stuff we get with Scar and Miles. But yeah, that particular scene is kind of just like,
forgive thy enemy.
you know,
Yeah,
Well-
that is crazy. Well,
Yeah.
she doesn't forgive him, but
yeah, it's fighting. You can't, hatred only breeds more hatred. It's
correct.
that philosophy.
The either the anger, the revenge, the whatever you want to call it, she's gonna stop it and cut it off at the roots and just no more. We ain't gonna do this no more. Yes, you killed my parents. I'm never gonna get them back. I could be mad at you. You could be mad at your people getting obliterated through genocide. Understandably so. However, we can definitely do better, and we can stop this hate when there's other things that are more important in life. And what I mean by that is like the reason the genocide happened was because of higher powers.
Mhm.
The reason why my parents got killed, not necessarily an accident, but more of a he was still in that fit of rage while his brother got fucking murdered and everything. Just all of a sudden woke up, saw two light-skinned people, and just murdered them and whatever. So
And it was
yeah.
also him like seeing his brother's arm on
Right.
him. He didn't
Right,
know
right.
what was going on.
exactly.
So,
So, yeah, I love how that scene transpired, and I also loved how not just the Winry scene, but also the Miles scene. I thought was really good too. Like that was probably my favorite part of this whole episode was just his rationale behind wanting to make the world a better place. Because Scar's wanting to make the world better through violence and through revenge, while Miles wants to do it from within. And I feel like we've had a couple of shows here on KOA where that was kind of the theme for others. that we've
and
had.
it works a lot better here. I'll tell you that much.
Right. I don't think. What was the show?
Code
Was
Geass.
that? Yeah, Code Geass, and I think Ranger Rejects was another one or something.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but yeah, definitely better than Code Geass. But yeah, I just thought Miles' character was so good in this one, especially with how he was talking and how it kind of like snapped Scar into like almost kind of like the self realization of just like I'm holding on to this revenge, and for what? You know, if somebody like Miles is around and can do and is like accepted amongst Amestrians, you know, what does that make me?
I think what I love about that scene in particular is that Scar doesn't think that he's wrong for what he's doing. He's still being a vessel for his rage of what happened to the Ishvalans. But what I love about Scar and why I think he's such a great antagonist is that he is very introspective. He understands he understands fully who he is and the hatred he's brought about, and he even accepts. This is the second time he accepted Winry's hatred and was willing to let her enact her vengeance on him because he knows he was wrong for what he did, and he also understands there's no excuse he could bring up or conjure up to make her understand why that happened. Because I mean, she just lost her parents, and you could say you did this and you were in that mind state, but that doesn't really change the facts of reality. But I think what makes the Scar and Miles conversation so interesting is that Scar again sees himself as a necessary evil to I guess like have retribution towards the Amestrians, state alchemists in particular, but he also appreciates people like Miles who are working hard to give Ishvalans a good name. Like he doesn't look at Miles and go, "Huh, why aren't you fighting a revolution along with me?" Scar kind of understands that this isn't a path that people should be taking. It's like, it's very he contradicts himself in that way, but I think that's what makes him such an interesting character because it's not like he believes the world should be like this. He wants to be the stopgap for all of this. That's why he wants to kill all the state alchemists because in his ideal world there wouldn't be any scars in a figurative sense, not literal.
Right. Like people like him.
Yeah.
He's him.
Yeah. He will always be him.
Let's see. What else happened in this episode?
Oh, just a few things. They came up with a plan to Arthur, I had a plan. We're gonna pretend to kidnap Winry, and we're gonna meet up at Blackwater. And we're gonna get the money.
Well, Arthur, that sounds about the dumbest damn plan I done heard
Arthur,
in my 50 years of living.
listen here, Arthur, you gotta trust me. I'm only losing a little bit of my mind, but I got a little bit of it left.
Well, I'll follow you to the ends of the earth, Dutch.
I appreciate that. Now give me your mustache.
What?
You,
What?
you heard me. Give me your damn mustache.
You want my mustache? Is that part of the plan too?
Yes. The plan is to light your mustache on fire and blow this thing sky high.
Oh, you just said that. Okay.
What do you guys? What do you think about Winry's? How she came up with the plan to make it look like she was kidnapped by Scar?
Pretty smart.
Absolute baller.
Yeah. It shows It really shows not just growth in her character as far as like forgiving, not wanting to cry anymore, not just being this one-off. I'm used to just help you fix your arm, Ed, and I like you, Baka. Just she's much more than just that. I feel like that was her character in the original Full Metal Alchemist, but in this one, she's really shown that she's much more than that. And I really, truly, and honestly appreciate that because when you think of Winry, 9 times out of 10, you're going to think of Ed, you idiot! Your brother hit you with wrench. But with this, it really gives you a new perspective on Winry, and I really, truly appreciate it because here's a bunch of generals and leaders and all these other people that have done war and whatnot, and here's Winry, who's probably never even seen war. She's only heard it from her parents and whatnot. And all right, why don't I just be a damsel in distress? Let me be an anime trope and be captured by Scar, aka Bowser. So yeah, I loved, like you said, straight up baller, just coming up with the plan and everybody going with it and whatnot. Ed didn't like it, but she just said, "Toughen up, Ed, you little piece of shit."
She's one of the few characters who volunteered to be a damsel in distress,
Mm-hmm.
and it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it worked
And
out for itself.
and again, this reiterates the point with the female characters in the series. Just shows you how the varying degrees of strength that they show with these characters. Riza Hawkeye is like this, combat oriented person, and she's strong in that sense, like, good with the guns and stuff like that. Olivier's strong in the sense of power, authority. She's a general, so everybody respects her command. You have Winry, who's a very emotionally strong. Like, she is the person that Ed and Al lean towards. Um, for sometimes like their guidance in how they feel. And I mean, it works. It's a two-way street in that sense. So yeah, this series just is really good with its characters, and honestly, for any character they focus on, there's no weak links in this show. It's pretty amazing. Like, I think this episode did great for Winry. I thought the episode did great for Scar. I think it did great for Miles. Yeah, it's all around it just continues to impress with this character writer.
Hell, even the two monster villains got their
Yeah.
time to shine in this series or in this episode, where I honestly thought they were just going to be these one-off characters, and now they're like, I want to live. I don't want to die. I don't want to be captured. I want to fucking live. And now they're a part of the group, I guess. And I, to me, was taken aback by that. I was like, oh, they're part of the group now. Okay, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, they kind of used him so Al has an outlet to have that speech about wanting to get your bodies back, and because they lost hope in that. And Al is, by the way, Al looks like 13 years old. It's just always amazing for me to think about that. He's like 13, 14 years old, uh, lecturing grown men and giving them hope. But that's the charm of Al.
Yeah, and
and
sometimes the mind of a child is the simplest one.
Yeah, I mean, he stops Miles from killing them, and basically ignites the spark for them to want to see their families back and gain their bodies back.
Yeah. The only thing I kind of fear is that now that these two new nobodies are joining the group, they're probably going to be the first ones to die. And when they do die, it's like, oh no, not Joe and John.
They just wanted their bodies back.
You know what I mean, though? But it's like we don't have any investments in them other than just that. It wouldn't have as much weight if, as opposed to like someone like Winry dying. Holy shit! But that's what I think is going to happen with these characters. It'd be cool if they lived on. It'd be interesting to see their dynamic, but I almost feel like they're going to be they're gonna die to help the other characters get away type of character.
What do you guys think about Miles receiving the word that Olivier is no longer the commander of Briggs?
His eyes opened up big. You could see it through his sunglasses. That's how much he was surprised. What did you say? What? But yeah, that happened, and also a group of army dudes came and was like, "Hey, Olivier, we're gonna have a little chat.
We just want to talk to you.
We just want to talk." And she's just like, "Gulp."
Yeah. So they're taking her back to Central. So we're going to see Olivier more than likely interact with characters that we
Her
know in Central.
brother.
Well, you have Armstrong, you have Roy, you have Hawkeye, you
Oh,
have
Roy, her favorite.
Wrath, you have Pride, all the homunculus. So she's going to Central, so could be some interesting interactions there.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely be interesting. Freaking Fear Bradley. I wonder if he's going to reveal his true self, like in front of her, like, "Hello, Olivier. It's been a long time to see my eye."
I wonder how the whole Raven conversation is going to be brought up.
Right. So what happened to Raven? He's
No
building
sips
the
are allowed
foundation.
in Briggs.
I mean, that is a reason. That could be a reason.
Listen, I heard Raven went out there and he hasn't been found. Now, if he was simping for you, tell me now. She just says, "Yeah, he's laying the foundation of this country. Your Führer, mein Führer."
I think she, and I seriously don't remember this. Like, I dead ass don't remember how this whole thing played out. But I feel like she would, if that question was brought up, she would just admit to it, because there's no way. Now, Olivier is smart enough to understand how smart Bradley or Central is going to be about this whole situation. There's no way they're going to believe that Raven just disappeared after going to Briggs.
Yeah, he was taking a piss, and I was just like, "All right, have fun."
Yeah.
I swear that's what happened.
There's no way. I don't think she believes that they will believe that story. So I think she might try to just go like, "Yeah, I killed him," and then maybe give
What of it?
Well, maybe just try to leverage that and go, well, yeah, I killed him because he was just incompetent. Like, he told me his secret so easy that I just thought he was a liability. She can kind of leverage it like that.
I could see that. Like, I didn't believe a single thing he said, but for some reason he was talking a little nutty. You know what I mean? Something about being immortal and like his gemstones. I'm a fucking weirdo. Do you have anything to say about that? It's fucking true.
Want to see my eye?
Well,
Armstrong.
sir, I don't. Oh my God, what is that?
What did you guys also? I mean, another big point of this episode was Alphonse seeing his freaking body.
Oh yeah, that was pretty big.
Yeah, his
Kinda
body
big.
looked
Little big.
very malnourished. His body's like, "Help,
I need a
please.
I need a double cheeseburger, quick."
I need me a double cheeseburger with extra pickles." Oh,
That him being in that state though leads to the whole thing of Al having the book of like foods that he wants to try. So like now he would, him being that skinny, he could just pig out. He just go like, "Oh, well, I got a whole list of things I'm trying."
I want some baby back ribs. I want some brisket. I want some mashed potatoes and pumpkin pie.
Well, technically, he couldn't just be in a starving state and just go to eating like normal.
Yeah, it's very true. You have to slow your body up until it gets used to everything again. It's very true, very true. Unless we use anime logic, and then the second your body gets absorbed into your other body, I guess it just hey, everything's normal again.
Yeah, we got anime logic. We if you eat enough, I mean, you can eat like mountains of plates and still look like you. Yeah, you can still look buff.
Fat.
I
Like
mean
you can
that
look like
too,
Luffy after you eat a bunch of food and you just a round ball.
or heal your teeth by drinking milk.
Oh yeah. And you get bigger boobs if you drink milk too, apparently.
We also see that father is making some
Oh,
plans.
that was the big fucking thing that ended this episode. He's like, I got Ed, I got Al, I got Hohenheim, and teacher. They need a fifth person, apparently. That's all they need. And I'm like, who's going to be number 5? What's this? What do they all have in common? I think it has something to do with seeing the gates and having
Seeing the truth, yeah.
yeah, seeing the truth. That definitely has something to do with it. But I wonder who that fifth person is going to be in order to make that happen. That's the whole ooh, you evil bastard. Because not only is it a sorry.
I don't think we've seen them yet. All right. Well, I think we've probably seen them, but I think we haven't seen them go through the gates of father time or whatever.
I mean, based on what he's saying, that person doesn't exist. He didn't even name him.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's just saying we need a fifth person.
Yeah.
But we don't have one right now.
Yeah, he has all of his little fucking chess pieces together, and it's like, who's gonna be number 5? Who's gonna be the person? Blah blah blah. And then that's what made me go whoa. And then yeah, it shows the ending credits where they're just going down a long fucking tunnel.
I'm gonna go on a limb and say it's gonna be Maria Ross. We're gonna bring her back, boys.
Well, she didn't she end up going into the desert?
Yeah,
she's in China.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
She doesn't know alchemy.
I mean, yeah.
It's been like a couple months. See,
She has Google. She can do that.
Yeah, I honestly don't know who it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be somebody we haven't seen before, or maybe it's someone we know, and then when they see the gate, boom, or the truth, that's when we know they're going to be the fifth one. Whether father knows about it or not, that's to be determined.
I wonder if it's going to be Winry, because if you look at all these,
That'd be interesting.
They all are like related to one another in some way. Hohenheim is the father of Edward and Al. Izumi is the teacher of Edward and Al. Why not add the sister in there?
She's not a sister.
Same difference.
She's not.
and she's not an alchemist.
I had not yet.
She's gonna Google it. Remembers Sasuke?
I remember, unfortunately.
She's gonna Google it. She's gonna learn how to do it with the Wiki How article.
Decrepit Storm says it's gonna be Yoki. Care to explain, Decrepit, why it's gonna be Yoki?
I mean, who are the alchemists we have left?
Wait, what about Scar?
Scar is technically an alchemist. Roy is an alchemist.
True.
Dr. Marco.
Armstrong.
Armstrong, that's true.
Does Maylene count?
No.
Does the panda count?
History. No. I think that's like as far as like the prevalent alchemists. Oh, Kimley. Kimley.
Yeah, Kimley. That's true too. Watch it be just some random fucking person we've never met. Hi, my name's Steve. I know alchemy. You're the fifth one.
Yeah,
Just
I
need you
heard.
to
I heard there was
this
going to
real
be
quick.
a meeting here for like alchemy professionals, and I was just
Right,
wondering if
right.
some new tricks.
Father just makes a fake meet in real life. It just finds this fifth person that way.
Yeah, I also brought over some pancakes made by Alchemy. Actually, my
yes.
wife made the butter here herself. She's she's pretty good at stuff. She tells me all. Anyways, yeah.
All right. Time to show you the truth.
Oh God, dude, that's crazy. Wow, there's like film reel in there, and like I could see my memories, and there was a bunch of gates and a naked kid. That was strange. Well,
All
see
right.
you later.
Nope.
And he was smiling at me.
Yeah. Lock him up. And then that's when Envy comes in and goes, "Come this way, Steve."
Steve,
Oh no, it would be Show Tucker.
you don't even know my name.
Wait.
Christ.
Wait. What about Marco?
No,
Hello?
I said Marco.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, shut up, Marco. Marco, because he was a soul, like he was seen as a person to receive for a soul and whatnot. So that'd be interesting if he gets caught again.
Yeah, so that's like what, five different alchemists that they could choose from
Hmm.
currently.
You got the pick of the litter.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anything else with this episode?
I'm gonna punch father in the nuts.
One nuts.
Squat in the nuts.
Well, only one thing. May being conflicted on not being able to bring the whole immortality secret back to Sheen, given that she knows what sacrifices it takes to make a philosopher's stone, showing that she has morality and good ethics.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy from a small little thing.
No, go ahead and say what you wanted to say.
I was gonna say walking trash can, but
Lie to me.
wait, what did you think I was gonna call her? I'm confused now.
That small Sheen girl. Say it.
King girl?
Yeah.
You're small.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening right now? Okay, alright.
It's like a Dotadon episode. It's just random ass shit. What's going on? I want your cock.
I'm sorry. I was taken over by a cat.
I want your cock.
I want your banana.
Let's go ahead and talk about Rurouni Kenshin, episode 38, aka season 2, episode 14. Another good one. Following Okina's defeat, Aoshi confronts his former allies in regards to Kenshin's location, but decides to return to Shishio's headquarters upon being confronted by Yahiko and Kaoru. In the aftermath, Megumi is able to treat Okina, who remains in a comatose state after the fight. Satsuki was right. Misao then reads Okina's last will, which involves her living as a normal girl, which causes her instead to completely not be normal and demand to revive the Oniwaban to defeat Shishio, even if Aoshi is an enemy. Meanwhile, Saito finds that Sanosuke is imprisoned in order to find him much easier, but he ignores his demands of a rematch. Said Saito interrogates Cho about Shishio's actions and a tin-sword fighter who could have killed 50 men in Kobe. After Sanosuke intimidates Cho, the Tin Sword responds by revealing the Sojiro alongside Usui as the two strongest tin swords capable of causing any misdeed. Inspired by the Ike incident from 1864, Shishio plans to cause a fire in the modern times. This motivates Sanosuke to drop his rematch with Saito and instead join forces to find Kenshin and defeat Shishio using shit biscuits. I added that last part in for fun, but yeah, you get the point.
Yeah.
What do you, I mean, the whole thing that I was surprised about this episode, besides the stuff that happened later, was Misao. Like, she had like honestly a surprising but also not turn of events in this episode. Like, she heard it and she was she saw it and she was depressed for a while, but when she read the note, she was like, I'm gonna turn into a ninja and I'm gonna reform the Oniwaban. So, like, is this just her, like, I don't know, being youthful and stubborn and whatever? Or is this, a sign of what is to come? I mean, in the sense of, like, are we actually going to get the Oniwaban back?
No.
I'm still skeptical of this whole thing. When I say skeptical, I like the character direction she goes in. Wanted to be the leader of the Oniwaban group, but I'm just skeptical of where this whole thing is going to lead to, because again, what I was saying last podcast with episode 13, she just doesn't have the strength, and that matters in this instance. She doesn't really have the power. Like, okay, there's one thing she can do, and that's give Kenshin information. That's about the only thing I can see her doing. But as far as actually doing what the Oniwaban group has been tailored for, which is killing and fighting, I don't see that in her arsenal. She's just not strong enough in comparison to, like, everybody that is relevant in this arc. I mean, even somebody like Cho, who I imagine he's probably one of the weakest 10 sword members. I can't see Misao beating somebody like that. So she's made a resolve to make Aoi an enemy and aid Kenshin, but I don't know how that looks. Again, the information network, cool. That could be a benefit, but honestly, that doesn't really change from what the status quo already was when Ninji was running things. So yeah, I don't know how it's going to look for her going forward, but I do like it for her character.
People just can't die in this anime. They just cannot die, and they just make Sasuke look like a genius. Because this man fucking bled and just got sliced and hacked to pieces, and he's just, tis just a flesh wound, it is. Fucking A. I know, it's an older anime, so sue me, I guess.
It doesn't make sense. He
No.
should have died.
He should have.
But again, my whole reasoning for saying that he was going to live wasn't because of logic. It was because I don't think they want to take Aoi in a direction where he cannot come back from. Because if Ninji would have died from that, I won't say he's as bad as Shishio, but he's in the same. He would be an enemy that they need to take out. He would be like Cho, like an actual enemy that they had to get rid of. Because yes, here's the thing: has Aoi killed people before? Hell yes, we know this, we saw it. But the minute he kills somebody that we actually care about, that is a part of the group, that changes the whole dynamic. It changes everything. Like you that's the cardinal sin. Like, yeah, you could kill a whole bunch of people back in your past, but the minute you kill somebody that's in the group or is adjacent to the group, that puts you in a whole different lens, to where before you were kind of like, you were just an antagonist. All right. and you can be an antagonist without
A
being a
little
villain.
rascal.
Yeah, like you're just a lovable, endearing guy that you're like a rival more so. Like how we see Sonosuke, but on a more evil light. You're Seito Kaiba. But when you kill Ninji, then you become Marek from Yu-Gi-Oh! Or you become Pegasus, or you become Bakura. You become an irredeemable villain that we gotta go a little further than slapping up. We gotta give it a pause now.
Yeah. I guess realistically, when it comes to like anime theory, you gotta do it that way. Just gonna be weird whenever everything just like gets resolved and all the great enemies defeated. It's like, hey, sorry about that one time I sliced you up. I'll let bygones be bygones. It's okay, these things happen. You want to prove yourself. You got a little obsessed with fucking Kenshin and whatnot. But hey, look on the bright side. The fucking Oniba one or whatever fuck is back together, and we can dance because the main villain is dead. Yeah, I know. Just that makes to be those situations are to be a little weirder. I hope we don't get one of those, but something tells me there will be.
Let's see. What else we got here?
Your son, Yahiko.
Loving
Your son just straight up was just like, I don't care if you're 100 times stronger than me. I don't like you. We know where Kenshin is, but we ain't saying shit.
I love that kid.
He's doing your family proud.
He is.
Neon says Satsuki can see when C lies. It's all over his face. I don't have a face. What do you mean? Decrepit Storm says I'm normal. No, that's me. Real Life, interesting anime, says what's your thoughts on Sakamoto Days?
Oh, you're gonna hear him.
Yeah. I want to say stick around. We're gonna be discussing it here real soon after Kenshin.
I just love how Misao is reading a will from Ninji with him still being alive.
And he played a practical joke on her. He was like, "Oh,
my
pretty princess."
Yeah.
That's what I call my cat, Pretty Princess. Well, not that one.
Oh,
My other cat.
well, aside from the whole Misao thing and Megami was in this episode too because she patched up Ninji. But
yeah, your wife came in out of nowhere.
No, wait. Did we not see her in Tokyo yet or Kyoto?
No, she was supposed to be staying back. Remember?
Yeah.
No, because they made it a show that she was. No. Okay. No. They never showed that she was going there, but they implied that she was also going there. Because I remember her like thinking about being left behind, and so yeah. They never showed her.
She was pissed because she was like, "At least he told you bye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He didn't tell me anything. He just said keep the change."
Yeah. So this is the first time we saw her. So she does what the doctors do and patches them up. And it wasn't really much there to talk about. I guess what to wrap up the whole Yahiko thing. Yahiko says, "Yeah, I know where Kenshin is. I'm not no snitch. I don't care what you do. Get the fuck up. Kenshin's gonna fight you. He's gonna beat you. Just wait, pussy." And he says, "Okay."
And he walks away because he's like, "Yeah, that's right."
This whole thing could have been resolved if he just didn't resort to all of this. My whole issue with this Aoishi thing is that Kenshin isn't hiding from you. it's not as if he wouldn't fight you if you just challenged him to a duel.
Yeah, because he's training right now.
Yeah. And even when, before he started training, I don't know, he just went to such extreme lengths to try to find out where Kenshin is. And it's like he's not hiding. Why don't you just try to actually look for him instead of just trying to kill everybody in your way? But I guess that goes and he's on this edgy phase, so
Yeah.
he has a dark eyes.
He's the soulless eyes, where there's nothing behind him. That's when you know somebody's
what it's like
to be the bad. Oh, okay. To be the sad man.
Bad.
Behind Kenshin.
Kishi. No one knows what it's like to be your mom. Got him. Yeah, so we go through this whole thing like Sanosuke and Saito, they're just trying to find where he is. And we run into Cho again, and I just got to say, Satsuki, Cho is the best villain of the series.
He's fucking awful.
He looks like Kurapika. Or not Kurapika, Leorio.
Kurapika? He's Kurapika. Kurappa the rapper.
Anyways, failed joke there. So what do you guys think about Shishio fucking causing a gigantic fucking fire like the Ikedaya incident?
Fire bad?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah.
Well, just for context, the Ikedaya incident, also referred to as the Ikedaya affair or the Ikedaya riot, was an armed encounter between the Shishi, which included a masterless samurai formerly employed by the Choshu, Tosa, and Higo domains, I get a call, and the Shinsengumi, the Bakufu's special police force in Kyoto, July 8th, 1864, at the Ikedaya Inn in the Sanjo Karamachi, Kyoto, Japan.
I didn't know any of that. Wow. That's neat. But, yeah, I guess this basically just leads up to, I don't know. That's what Shishio wants to do, is just burn Tokyo to the ground just so that, hey, we could just have the evil rule the land. Isn't that a great idea? No. Why do you want to burn everything? Shishio, your body burns. You want to burn stuff on fire. He sounds like a crazy person. See, I don't know. I think I'm by myself.
Oh shit! I didn't realize I was muted this entire time.
You're muted and your camera's not on.
I know that. I did that because it's. But yeah. I mean, Shishio is just unhinged. I mean, I just want to know sometimes whenever you get villains who are this extreme, I want to know how the recruiting process goes for some of the people in the team. Like for some people, for example, like Usui, I could understand it because they show him to be vindictive. He wants the best Shishio for cutting his eyes. That makes sense because he's with them, but not really with them. So cool, and he's already seems to be a little off his rocker, so to speak. But we already brought up this question. How did Shishio get somebody like, I don't know, Yumi? How did he get his woman to go along with this? What has she been through that made her go like, oh, Shishio has a point?
Yeah, she probably had I'm assuming a really bad backstory where it comes down to sexually assaulted or worse, and possibly burning Kyoto to the ground doesn't sound like a bad idea because she probably hates Kyoto.
I mean, yeah, you can imagine there is going to be a lot of bad experiences with these swordsmen and the imperialists. So I, you can kind of speculate what's going on with everybody and how they joined, but especially for a team like this that doesn't seem that camaraderie is their big suit. I just always think, why are you following this guy? Because we see Cho in this episode, and it seems that he isn't really loyal to Shishio because he kind of folds a little in this
Yeah.
episode.
I honestly never thought we'd ever see that guy again. To
I
be
didn't
honest.
either.
And then here he is showing up, and also Sanosuke randomly appears. He's like, "I'm in jail."
I
Cameo.
got myself locked up to see you. And he goes, "Hey, he called you Saito. Does he really know you?" Nope.
Nope. Keeps walking. Hey, I'm gonna bust out of this fucking jail cell if you don't take me seriously. And that's what he does. He just boom, punches right through it, and even he's surprised. He just looks like it's slow motion. Just the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was pretty sweet. That was pretty cool. And also, Sonosuke takes a fucking ball and chain to the head, and it's just like, "'Tis but a flesh wound." And then fucking Cho is just like, "I like people like you that are strong." Isn't that the point? Like a challenge, or no? It's an unfair advantage.
Yeah.
Well, because he broke his chains too. He was just like, "I want to fight somebody one on one, not tied up." And Cho's just like, "You honorable piece of shit.
I don't like people who fight fair. Oh.
You make me sick. I want to be your new friend." Because he follows them after everything's all said and done.
I am so hoping that they don't make Cho a part of this team. There's some villains and antagonists that can join a group after some. Sometimes you don't even need to redeem yourself. Sometimes it's just common enemy, right place, right time. Okay, fine, whatever. Join the group. Cho has a lot of issues for me. For one, he showed himself to be incredibly sadistic. I mean, he played with a mother's child and like literally spearing him. I can't look at him as endearing because he tried to do the, "Hey, you look like a broomhead, bird head, bird hair." They
Like
try to
the
do
chicken.
that. Yeah, they try to do that banter to make him more endearing, and I'm like, no, fuck this guy.
And I just love how the other guy's just sitting there watching all this, and he's in his head, a broom is fighting a chicken.
Yeah, he's got a point.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I know. As far as Cho goes, no, I agree with you. I don't want to see them become this fucking camaraderie, button heads, antagonist, protagonist type thing. No, just die,
Yeah.
Cho.
It worked. I mean, this group is made out of people who were antagonists at some point. Sanosuke was an antagonist. Saito was an antagonist, but those two guys worked not only because I think their morality wasn't as corrupted as Cho, but they just were more interesting characters, and I think had an interesting skill set that I just found appealing as somebody watching it. Cho's not that interesting to me because what makes him interesting is the sword himself, like not his character or his skill set. It's just, hey, look at me, I got a sword that can double his body armor because I don't know how the fuck that works. But yeah, I got this snake thingy.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm hoping and praying he isn't a part of the group.
Same. If he becomes like a general staple, I'm gonna be like, ugh, let's kill this show.
So, any other thoughts on this episode?
It's pretty simple.
Yeah, no, I think that's about it.
Cool. Well, let's go ahead and get into our final of the evening. Sakamoto Days, Episode 2. What did you guys think about this one? This was a pretty fun one.
It's been a week since I saw this.
Oh,
Ellie
I
in the
watched
chat
it.
says, "Hey, look at me, I'm an eagle."
What's good, Ellie?
Hey, there is an eagle in there. Aren't eagles extinct?
That's what she
I'm sorry.
said.
I'm sorry. It was
Well-
in poor taste. I apologize. Also, why is that what she said?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Uh,
She says a lot of shit.
In this episode, we are properly introduced to Lu Xiaotang, which is a young lady with red hair. She jumps out of a window just like Power did. Her introductory episode. Basically, she had both of her parents killed, and she was given a key by them that she must protect, and it's this vault. And what's in the vault, they don't know. They find out that at the end, it's the most prized possession of each head of the family from each generation. And then the other part of the episode is mostly focused on Aoi and Taro's family and their marriage and how they met and what that was like, which is pretty crazy because it Aoi sort of jumps off a fucking building.
That whole thing had to be one of the stupidest.
Agreed.
Didn't you guys used to make fun of Domestic Girlfriend for like the thing with Hina where she was like if you love me it's like drowning yourself, and she was like in a pool or she was like in a beach or something like that.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but that sounds familiar.
That's what this reminded me of. I was just
And then
like,
he went in the ocean, right? And she pulled his ass out and was like, or I don't know if it was the guy. Maybe I'm switching it. Someone went into the fucking ocean and almost drowned, right?
yeah.
I think I remember that. But I agree. She's like, I don't like the fact. First of all, I had problems with that just as a story-wise overall. You knew this man was an assassin when you met him. You like him because, I don't know, maybe he's got good looks or whatever. But now that you know that he's killing people, all of a sudden you don't like him? Oh, well, since you're killing people, I'm just going to fall 10 stories to my death. You know, because that's what normal people do.
It's the fact that she just crept over to the edge, just like, whatever.
Right. She didn't even like hesitate. She didn't threaten. She was just like, it's another Thursday night for me. Because I do this every fucking day. My goodness.
This show is so extreme for no reason.
For sure. I understand. Oh, go ahead.
What made it funnier is she said, before she fell, she said, bye-bye.
I'll see you next week. Right. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, I understand the whole point behind it and what it was trying to convey. I get that, you know, I love you, but please stop killing people because we're different, blah, 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 blah. But that was just so extreme. They could have done that a lot better. I feel like that was just goofy. So goofy.
I mean,
I agree, though. Bye-bye!
I don't think it's an issue at all. I think it's pretty funny, and I don't think it's an issue because in the first episode, Taro caught a bullet with fucking chopsticks.
I mean,
no, I don't think it's an issue with it being like extreme. I think the execution of it just I think it was like over like I'm laughing at it because it's just over the top, like how they tried to bring about this point. It didn't need to be like that extreme. Again, like EA, I understand what the whole point was. Because it wasn't just like you need to stop killing. It's also showing him that he has the capacity to save people, and maybe like that's a better route for him than it is to kill people. Like you could also use your skill set for just helping people. Like that is also an option. Giving him a new path in life. It's just again, it's just the way it happened. Just like, all right, fuck this. Bye bye.
I definitely think the message could have been conveyed a lot better. And I get it. See, it is an over the top show. It's not so much the catching stuff with chopsticks and just the ridiculousness of like the show, because I understand it's like out there as far. I mean, a dude literally lifts a fucking refrigerator and crushes a dude with it. You gotta have to have some of those things, like just to have like an openness to things. But I don't know. I just think the message could have been conveyed a lot better.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
We also, man, this episode really like two main things happened, and that's about it.
We got introduced to a new character.
Yeah, Lu Xiaoting. She's actually really interesting. Kind of basic, but still fun nonetheless. She basically comes in as she's like the daughter of a really influential family, and she has a key to the vault. And a bunch of goons are out hunting for her. When I say goons, these guys are some generic ass goons.
They're the goons of the gooniest of the goons.
They're gooners.
They're gooners. Yeah.
Sonhee and Bacho.
Lou, she's voiced by Aroha again. I swear to God, she's the fucking it girl, the one who does the voice actors for every single girl. She's just in everything.
Oh my God.
We got Aroha and we got Yui.
Mm-hmm.
Decrepit Storm says, "The promised Goonie land."
I hope to never visit this place.
I guess it shows Sakamoto is so OP that she thinks she can do that so casually.
I would hope that my wife doesn't have trust in me enough to just casually jump off buildings like that.
Bye bye.
Like, what if I get a cramp or something?
Yeah, I know. You're just like in between like drinks. Shit.
She's doing it again.
She's doing it again. I'm choking.
She tells her friends, if I bet you if I fall off this cliff, my boyfriend get me right now. How much you would have bet?
No, you're lying.
Look, he loves me so much. Bye bye.
Boyfriend is not even anywhere to be seen.
The funny thing about all that too, when she fucking lands, she was like, "That was a lot harder than I thought it was. Thank God for this snow. Yay!" She's happy about the fucking snow after almost fucking dying.
Listen, I think I figured out why she didn't die. She's got the Kobeni devil inside of her.
No,
she's indestructible. It's called plot armor.
I also think she was resolved to die, as like extreme as that sounds. Like, just not just to prove the point, but also to like.
I don't want to be with anyone.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
He just slowly walks away. He's just like,
Now, I tell you what I find interesting about it is, and this happens multiple times in this episode, in the first episode too. Taro is just putty in Aoi's hands. Aoi controls everything.
she wears the pants.
She wears the pants. I think that's pretty cool.
She definitely does. He loves her so much that she's willing to do anything for her.
He loves her.
But yeah, she freaking loves her, or he freaking loves her, and just such an extreme. Just I definitely think this is the theme of the series. Is just everything's extreme.
Oh,
That
yeah,
she's willing
everything
to
is turned up.
right. The fact that if you kill a person, I have divorce papers ready for you to sign. I'm like, damn. She already has them primed and ready to go.
She already knows he's a murderer, okay with it. He's already killed tons of people, but no, you do it again after I marry you? Pfft, over.
Yeah.
Yes. But again, extreme is the series.
She's literally complicit. 2 murders.
One or two.
You can only do it once. But I swear to God, if you do it a few more times, ooh. But honey, I was justified. He tried to rob me.
And I was trying to buy you a gift with the blood money. All I did was loot his wallet for $50 to buy you this gift.
He showed up to the date with blood on his face. I'm like, bro,
He
clean that
could've
up.
Right. He's a professional. He could at least clean up a little bit.
He's a professional in everything but love.
He's a professional in everything. It's hygiene, I guess.
Like, you can feel the blood on your face, bro.
Right. You're just like buying the gift. You're like signing the check or whatever. You're like, oh man, should really clean that up. Ah well. Happy birthday, sweetie.
I kid you not, my cat is trying to wiggle her way under my rug. I have no idea what the fuck she is doing. Dude, I'm taking a picture of this.
Does she think that she's a worm?
Oh, she heard me.
You think it's one of those like kotatsu things, like the little heated blanket things that they always have.
Oh yeah.
He was like going fucking sideways to get under it. He was like trying really hard to get under the rug, and I'm just like, what do you get out of that?
Warmth.
Man.
So
You hear bye bye as she walks out the door. It just gives him flashbacks.
Yeah. He's just like, no, don't you jump off. Speaking of stuff in people's minds, I love how every time, like Sakamoto like thinks of something and it involves like Shin and everything, and it's like whether it be snapping his neck or pretending to like kill him somebody, he's like, stop killing me in your mind. It's so funny.
you think he's gonna do that to Lu or to Xiaotong?
She don't read minds.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
No, I thought you meant like do the kill her thing scenario in his mind.
Like the only person it would affect would be Shin. Like, why are you killing her in your mind?
I guess that would
and
be
showing me
right?
that.
He'll probably do that if she gets like too annoying, because that's all it really takes for him to think about that.
That's true. This man was hungover the next day, and they were extremely loud. And he's like, "Would y'all please stop talking so loud? I got a hangover." I like how just every time we're introduced to a new character, he adds them to their little shop.
Hey, you want a job?
You want a job? You broke? All right, here you go. It's cute.
Kawaii.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder how they were running the shop before.
Very poorly, I guess. Or it was just him. And now that he's like got all these other people, he's like, I can be even more fat and lazy.
Probably. Hey, play with his daughter more.
I can eat more ramen that's made instantly.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. When Lou first showed up, she ruined the heavenly buns.
Heavenly meat buns.
Not the pork buns.
You don't do
You can do anything in this world. You don't crush the pork buns. Oh my god.
Don't do that.
He was so pissed too, like the whole episode through, he was just like, you're gonna fix my pork buns.
That's why he hired her. He was like, "Hey, can you make meat buns?" And she's like, "Yeah, kinda." He's like,
You hired now because you crushed my buns earlier.
I like the
And that's
word
why he
buns.
saved her.
Buns is a fun
Bun.
word to say.
Honey bun, sticky bun,
Mm-hmm.
fun bun,
Yep.
big old buns. Ooh,
Yeah, that too.
butter bun, buttery delicious buns.
Buns. Bun. Just fun.
Vum.
It's just bum. Vom. But yeah, what do you guys think about the end with Zhao Tong, where she opens the vault and it turns out that inside the vault there's by the way, Sakamoto, insane.
He just was wearing the crown and had the staff and everything.
Yeah, one of the treasures inside of the vault, but the vault is filled with each generation of the Liu dynasty, their most prized possession. And it turns out that the most prized possession of the dearly departed parents of Liu Xiaotong was a bottle of sake, so that they could sit at a table when she's of age so they can drink it together.
How sad.
Yeah.
Now they're both dead because of the two people that Sakamoto easily manhandled.
It's fine. She's got a new family now, Taro and Shin.
Yeah, that was crazy. I love all the generations of different treasures. You had gold, you had fucking CDs, you had Beanie Babies or plushies or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that's every generation for sure. I was waiting for like video games to happen. It's here. There's a Nintendo in there, a Switch. Oh, the Switch 2 is in here. It just randomly showed up.
What if in there is like one of the like just something really stupid, like fucking Tamagotchi?
Oh,
or something.
like a year's subscription to Playboy magazine or something.
Or like an AOL disc.
Oh, an AOL disc, a PS1 demo disc of all different games.
Oh my god.
A kids meal that included leapfrog. I got my son that when he was little. Oh my god, a leapfrog.
Hey, they work.
They do. They're really clever little things. I was like, oh wow, this is so cool. Little did I know that was going to be the future. And that was going to be the Switch.
Yep. It's going to be the Minecraft.
Oh, Minecraft. But yeah, freaking cool ass fighting scenes and animation again. Like I don't know. I think people, because I think we talked about this last episode where it was like, yeah, people are complaining about the animation quality. I still think it looks great, with the fighting and just all the cool shit. The fact that Sakamoto's fighting with a spatula and all this other stuff against these other assassins with knives and shit. So fucking cool. I love how they broke anime tradition because the two brothers were going to do their third and final attack, and Sakamoto didn't even fucking wait for it. He took like a pot of like stew or whatever and hit it over the bald guy's head because they were going to be like supercharged attack.
Yeah,
It was great. And then flung a whole entire refrigerator on the other dude. Yeah, I love this show.
yeah. I mean, this show is very, like I was saying with the first episode, very zany, wacky, and I think you just say like fun.
Fun.
With the choreography, it's like John Wick turned up to 11 with how crazy some of the things can get. I mean, you already are getting an inkling for how weird stuff can get, because I think you brought up the question, EA, of Akira versus Sakamoto, and I was like, Sakamoto's going to destroy Akira because he's kind of superhuman, and you kind of see that more so in this episode because they're like jumping off of buildings easily. Because Akira's strong for a human, Sakamoto's strong for whatever the fuck he's supposed to be because he's doing some abnormal stuff.
He pulls a muscle just by moving his body, and he's just like, oh, I got a twinge in my neck. Dude has like I don't know what you would call it, like a big old uber chin with a neck attached to it, and he just every time he shakes his head up and down or goes left and right or whatever, it just follows him. It's so funny. It's almost like a rooster with its little gizzard or whatever the fuck that thing is called.
It's like dice in the mirror, just jiggling everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
The Crypto Storm said, "What would be in the collection of KOA's most prized possessions?" Oh, ooh. What is one of my most prized possessions?
Probably a controller, but I would do like a N64 controller and put it in there.
I would definitely have my bandanas in there. Always gotta have my bandanas.
And of course, my attacking Goku, because it can't just hey, stop it. You get back over there.
I probably have my Sasuke figurine in there too.
Yeah. Wait. Rapid Storm says, apart from C's Lena body pillow, of course. No!
Oh, yeah. Besides that.
I don't have one of those.
Oh, yeah, and he has like that Vladilena shirt that he had.
Well, my brother has that now.
Oh. Well, you can tell him to get it back and put it in the vault. It's like, I need this for the vault now, sir.
Yeah, it's tragic.
Akira would work in Sakamoto shop for 8 yen an hour.
I think
or 80 yen. 800 yen, excuse me.
I think I'd put in my Epiphone Les Paul Jr.
Oh, that's a interesting question that Neon just said. The question is, can he take on Yor in a fight?
See, Yor is like the realm of ridiculous that Sakamoto is.
Right.
That's
I personally think that would be an even fight.
I still think Sakamoto would beat Yor. I'm not
really?
I'm not.
He would beat Yor. Okay.
I think it's a close fight. I think it's a closer fight, but I still think Sakamoto would beat Yor.
Okay.
But like, yeah, that is a very great comparison because the realm of ridiculous that Yor is, that's what I'm talking about when I talk about Sakamoto. It's like that level of what the fuck?
Yor kicks people like a fucking pinball machine down an alley, and Sakamoto lifts fucking refrigerators and crushes people and shoots gumballs to redirect bullets. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. It would be a pretty good fight. They gotta set that up.
Let's see it. Yor versus Sakamoto. Fight!
Yor has done some crazy things. Did we get to the part where she got hit by a car? Yeah, we did. Where she got hit by a car.
She got hit by a car carrying. She got shot in the ass. She got hit by a car carrying Becky.
Yeah, and then she was just like not a.
Right. She got hit, threw Becky up in the air, caught her, and kept running and didn't miss her stride.
The car took more damage.
Right. That's something they filed under the insurance. Like, what did you hit? A woman. What happened to her? She kept fucking going.
Went to work. What do you mean?
She went to work. Where does she work? I don't know. She's like works over in that embassy or something. I don't fucking know. Yeah.
So at the end, we see that Sakamoto now has a bounty on him.
1 billion yen, which I looked that up. That's the equivalent. That's the equivalent of $64 million. $64 million American.
It's fucking insane. That's an otherworldly amount of money.
Yeah, fucking A. I'll gladly take that. I don't think anybody's killing him though to get that 1 billion yen. But who are these people that want him dead? That's the big question.
You could take a guess. I mean, given what we saw in the first episode, they kind of imply.
Probably the fucking assassin group or something. Assassins just can't leave people alone. They fall in love. They want to not be assassins anymore. Let's kill them. I would be the only person saying, "Hey, Doc, There's probably a reason why nobody has fucking killed this man yet, and he's actually not doing anything to harm us. Do you think that, oh, I don't know, we could just leave him alone and maybe he won't do anything to us?
Nope, can't do it.
But, sir, he's. I would understand if he's killing right. He has a family. He's not doing anything. Can't we just, let bygones be bygones?
And it's been years at this point.
Sir, we literally, Taro literally, his favorite move is to deflect bullets with with cough drops. You can't be serious, right? Do it.
Well,
He broke the warrior's code.
if they have a whole assassin order and they're as ridiculous as Sakamoto, then maybe they will have the power to take him out.
I just think it's excessive.
Yeah, I mean, it always is. But there are rules and principles that need to be followed, EA.
It's the principle of the thing.
We can't just let
understand
this fat man have a family.
I understand there's things that's called principles of the things. There's also that old saying, let sleeping dogs lie, and let's not fuck with a good thing. That's one of those
good thing going, Walter.
That's the rule I like to live by. If it ain't hurting nobody, let's just be cool. But no, I would suck being in an organizational crime. I couldn't do it. I'd be like the crazy guy that has compassion and he's making a lot of sense. Oh, we gotta kill him.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think that's kind of it for Sakamoto Days episode 2. Any other thoughts, opinions, business?
I'm enjoying this series so far. I think it's fun. I do think it's over the top and ridiculous, but I'm looking forward to see what happens next. Bring on the Alexa Bliss episode, whenever that is.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I really like this show. I think, well, I know it's not really saying much because there really hasn't been much this season, but it's definitely the best of the season. Easily.
Well, let's go ahead and let's get into viewer questions.
Viewer question.
Final question. Would you rather chug a large McDonald's Sprite or read the entirety of Rent a Girlfriend? Is there something I don't know about the Sprite?
Both will provide you bodily harm.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's good to just chug anything, but yeah, a whole thing of Sprite from McDonald's, I think you would just start puking up foam and because it's so carbonated and everything.
What's the name of the villain from Amazing Spider-Man?
Well, there's a
Jamie
bunch.
Foxx.
Oh, Electro.
That's what you're going to turn into drinking that, trying to chug that shit.
It's going to turn straight up blue and everything's going, oh my god.
It'll fix your teeth too.
Oh, I'm sure it'll fix my teeth by having none by the time I'm done with it. I'm literally just going to be like, that was a terrible idea. I shouldn't have done that.
I mean, like, read the entirety of Rent a Girl. That's the thing. They said the entirety. So the entirety means that it's not even Rent a Girlfriend as it is now, like up to whatever chapter or like. Are
you have to keep going.
Yeah, you have to read wherever it's going to end.
Yeah,
which means you can get.
I'm going with the large Sprite.
I mean, I'm not going to chug it, but I'll drink it.
Oh no, you have to.
Oh, I have to chug it? Okay, this is what I'll do then. I'll chug it and I'll do the fucking where it looks like I'm chugging it, but it's coming out both sides and it's like splashing my shirt and it's going out the bottom. It's like, done.
I mean, I'll chug it. It's just a large Sprite. It's not like, a gallon of Sprite or whatever.
Yeah, but chugging soda's really bad. Like I said, I did it when I was younger, and you just like puke up foam. It's so disgusting.
Yep, I'm puking up foam.
Oh, it's chapter 358. Wow,
Well,
this cover is
358 puking up foam.
horny. This cover is
Wait,
horny.
all right, gotta see the cover.
I'll post it.
All right, I appreciate you. Let's see this stupid horny cover. Well, I guess if that was the only question,
Yeah.
did anybody watch any episode ones of? Oh yeah, this is very horny. Of other shows.
I watched episode 1 of this one show. Oh, I gotta bring the name up because it's that kind of forgettable.
Okay, I did watch
Oh,
episode 1 of Lemonade Soda.
Honey Lemon Soda. How was it?
Yeah. Eh.
Oh, well,
I mean, I know people like it, and I can understand why they like it. It's like a romance type of thing. But the main love interest is introduced by a dude shaking up a bottle of lemon soda and spraying it on this girl. I kid you not. That's how the first like 2 minutes of the episode is. These two guys are talking shit to this guy, and this guy, instead of like, "Hey, leave me alone," or walking away, he turns around, and goes, "Shh, shh, shh," opens up his soda bottle, and the guy's like, "What are you doing?" They dodge, and then he sprays the love interest girl like right behind him,
Yeah, it seems
and I was
kind
like,
of standard.
"Real." I don't know. It's kind of lame, to be honest. Because then after that, the girl, and it's kind of sweet with the girl. Like the girl, she's been picked on. She can't stand up for herself, and the guy kind of like shows her to like, if you need help, you need to learn to say that you need help, and if you want to stand up for yourself, you got to take initiative. Blah blah blah. The basic kind of stuff or whatnot. But just the fact that it's called Honey Lemonade Soda, everything's literally themed with soda. His eyes look like lemonade soda. He smells like lemons. And she fights back in the same episode. What does she do? She buys a bottle of lemonade soda and throws it on her fucking people that just making fun of her. And I'm like, I get it. It's lemonade soda,
feminism.
but it's almost kind of too on the nose when it comes to that kind of symbolism. I don't know. It just seemed kind of tacky in a way, but I honestly think it would be okay overall, but I don't know, not for me.
Well, you know what is for
What about you,
me today?
Satsuki?
Oh,
No, Satsuki said he was going to talk about a show that he saw.
I watched a show called Tussle Carre Hotel.
Hmm.
Very mediocre. At least the first episode. I don't know what exactly is going on in the episode. Like it seems like the main character is in perjury where she hasn't passed on, or well, they present it as it's kind of like the death braid situation where it's like
Ah,
you could be you. Well, not. I guess it's not like death braid
to be
because in this,
reincarnated or passed on to the
yeah,
void.
yeah, in this instance, you could just be like you could just have your regular life back, or you could like pass on.
Oh, okay.
Um, and like what happens is you go into your room, and there's some things that remind you of your your real life, and they figure more and more things out. And once they figure it out, then that's once they get that big revelation, that's when they find out if they actually died or if they are still alive, and they move forward from there. The first episode was just like whatever. It didn't
Yeah.
it didn't impress.
And also, see, didn't you say you were watching something?
uh,
The toilet one?
Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Yeah, I'm on season 2. Watched the first couple episodes of it. It's pretty fun.
Dang.
It's kind of like a Fruits Basket-y kind of show where I would say it's kind of like more towards that shoujo style audience. The cast is a little bit younger. They're more of like teens. But it's kind of like there's like yokai and all that stuff going on. Like the main character Hanako, he's bound forever to the bathroom in a school because I think I can't remember. I forget. I think he killed himself because he
Oh,
was
damn.
for some reason. He's bullied or something. I cannot remember for some reason. I should, but I cannot.
Mhm.
And then he's kind of like your pretty boy. He's also kind of crazy and murderous a little bit. So he's like kind of like, you know, the perfect type for, you know, most general people, I guess.
Mhm.
I guess what I'm trying to say, he's kind of like your general kind of dude. Then the main girl, she's kind of plain, but her thing going for her is she's always made fun of because she has daikon legs. So basically, she's got like really fat
Daikon leg?
legs,
Oh. Huh.
and I think they call her like ugly daikon and stuff. It's like really funny.
Oh.
And they meet like a couple of people that are like a part of the school. It's like it's really focused on a lot of mythology and a lot of like urban, like kind of like urban myths and stuff like that you would hear in school in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
It's very paranormal-ish as well. It's pretty good, honestly. I think I really like it. The art style is really good. I don't know if it's like great. It's just really solid, and it definitely fits the audience it's trying to appeal to. I will say, so far, I think season 2 is better than season 1.
All right. I know that's a popular one.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. It's interesting. Definitely check it out if you're just bored or whatever. And
Aren't
you
they like
this-
short episodes too?
No, normal length.
Oh. Hmm.
It's got really good openings as well. EA, where can they find you?
You can find me at my channel, Everything Animated. I have to go back on my resolution. And it's not my fault. My dang computer is not wanting to work with me when it comes to
How dare
editing
you?
softwares and shit. I know. Shocker, EA doesn't make another video. Just go figure. But no, I really do think I need to just upgrade my computer. It's been literally since I got the Nintendo Switch 2017 was when I got this computer, and I think I just need to like make it bigger and make it run faster and just whatever. Because not to say it's on its last legs or whatever, but I think that it could be better. And there's no space. I think I need to upgrade my fucking not external, but just like SSD or whatever, because it filled up really fast. But anyway, enough about the boring shit. Subscribe to me for when the time comes when I do make videos. You won't be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me there. I linked the King of Anime podcast, Blue Sky, and also the Patreon. Both there linked up. So only $1 for the Patreon. Support the channel, support the show. Really does this good. Subscribe if you're new and whatnot. But yeah, also need to get back to doing Twitch. I do have a Twitch. It's everything_animated. Because I just need to finish. I hear someone getting beat up by a cat. I need to I need to finish Danganronpa. That's like just the main thing I really need to do. So sorry to disappoint y'all as far as no videos, but I will say this: I am making content with me and my girlfriend. We're bringing back the channel. It's not going to be called what it was before. It's going to be called First Time Flicks, and it's what we're going to be doing. Just reacting to movies that we've never seen. Maybe some that I've seen and she hasn't, and maybe some that she's seen and I haven't. She likes the more girly stuff, so that's gonna be interesting. Me watching that stuff, and she's never seen Lord of the Rings,
Hey.
so that's definitely something we gotta watch and knock off the list and whatnot. So, yep, that's it for me.
Tsuki.
I am Sasuke the Savage. You know where to find me. Main channel Sasuke the Savage, as well as my Twitch Sasuke the Savage. That's with a DA, not a THE in between. Um, right now I'm about to finish up Metaphor. I'm playing Yakuza. Eventually, I'm going to play God of War. And at some point, I'm going to be playing a whole different game that I'm going to have as my headliner game for Saturday, which I don't know what game that's going to be. I don't remember what date the Steins Gate remake game is supposed to come out, but I definitely want to play that. So, could be an idea. But yeah, I don't got too much to say. That's where you can find me. Hope to see you there. Peace and love.
Well, as for me, today, new Dandadan chapter with a brand new character. Oh my god. This new character. What can I say about her? Interesting. I think this is the first time nudity has ever been in Dandadan. Like actual nudity. So that's pretty interesting as well. So definitely interesting chapter. Definitely, check out my Hey It's Me C channel where I cover Dandadan every week. I think Chainsaw Man is on a break until next month. Like late next month. Same with Dandadan actually. Dandadan is on break until February 24th. I think Chainsaw Man is as well. So I don't think there'll be a Chainsaw Man video tomorrow. But I'll come up with some stuff over the break, hopefully. If not, then hey, I'll have a good break. But other than that, yeah, I mean that's kind of it. Check out my Dandadan channel. Check out my Bento channel for Chainsaw Man. Check out my main channel for stuff. And subscribe to KOA. Thanks everybody for coming out. See y'all next week. Bye bye.
Jenny.
Later.